It's on Net 54. It's a rough world out there. New threats are lurking around every corner. Between the booster gangs, famine, societal collapse, radiated groundwater, engineered diseases, and corporate upheaval, sometimes it's tough to make sense of it all. At DRng, we know how you feel. That's why our engineers work round the clock to bring you the very latest designer drugs. Drugs that keep you one step ahead of the boosters so that you can make it home safe and sound to your conapt after a long day at the office. Drugs like Securacine, a revolutionary all-day prevention against disease, poison, and pain. Doses of Securacine are individually formulated for your specific and unique physiology, so it's side effect free. With Securacine, you'll have access to something money can seldom buy: peace of mind. The peace of mind that comes with knowing the next time you're staring down a booster in a dark alleyway, you'll be the one walking away in one piece. Securacine is available for pre-order now, so ask your Human Resources department if Securacine is right for you and your bodyguards. Remember, there's nothing as luxurious as security, and you deserve it. Securacine. By DRng, the drug people. Though users of this designer drug experience fewer side effects than with other common anti-ablative, side effects may still include dry mouth, blurry vision, sore jaw, temporary confusion, extreme euphoria, spastic colon, and temporary increases in cyber disassociation while the body normalizes the dosage.
Alright, Choombas. Tonight, are you ready to strap in, chip up, and get hard? Because Combat Cab is back. That's right, on Net 54. Yeah! Your favorite kills from Combat Cab Classic. Oh yeah. Everything now upgraded to volumetric viewing. Plus, Combat Cab 37 is all new blood-curdling screams coming soon. Fire, death, bombs, destruction starting on the 7th of August. Ooh, exclusively on Network 54.
We are live with Cyberpunk RED. Hey, I am Greg. That is Liz playing Cassandra. That empty chair will be Anthony playing Zero in a few minutes here. Below her, we see Ari David, who portrays Mr. Friend, the Netrunner. My name, you know my name is Greg. But next to him, I just keep going back to me. And then there's John, who plays as the Rabbit. We have no sound in our show right now. It's really bad. And we have, no sound, no music. And of course, Ari Rubin, who plays as Branton Whiteford III. I'm drinking Powers Whiskey on the rocks. It looks really cool when I hold it just right in front of this lamp back. Oh, look at that. That is like a dreamy... Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Dazzling.
Chat room. Oh, God. I spilled whiskey all over my hand. Chat room, I got a question for you. Can you all hear this alert sound? I continually am hearing follow and chime alerts from Streamlabs. Broom, broom. There it is. And it is I'm not sauced. I wish I was sauced. It's making me freaking insane. I can't figure out where it's coming from. It's continuous, and there's nothing open on this computer that should be making. There it is. There's nothing open on this machine that should make that sound. Alert box is. I'm taking it. I'm turning it off. Is that working? Let's try that. Nope. Still in there. Still in my ears. Don't know where it's coming from. I hate it. It's making me absolutely insane. I can't live with it. I'm stopping the show.
See, this is why I feel like technology is just creatures of Loki, right? Sometimes they just fuck with you.
Talk about that, because I'm gonna see if I can fix this real quick. Because I fucking can't function like this. I'm going to lose my
Please
goddamn
elaborate.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, elaborate on that. Otherwise known as Vamp. So where did we leave off last week? Okay, yeah, we can do some. We'll do one of those podcast moments. How was your week? How was your week? Stream Deck.
I remember the last scene that we did. We were finally escaping the fucking corporate building that we were in. That Medusa Jones had led us into, and we had to work our way through an underground civilization.
Right.
Lowerman. lower management, all these people that just got built over when they rebuilt Night City, and Cassandra built some turrets to help us not get murderfied. There's Hammer Spaceman, my boy. And then we were leaving in a vehicle, and we found ourselves being chased, and that was terrible and entirely my fault.
Yes.
How was it your fault again? I don't follow. Because they're after the box.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they all stopped us, and they're like, "Hey, so we represent the people that own the box that you stole. I mean, nobody was there, and it was mine." And they were like, "You're gonna give it back now," and I called their bluff. I was like, "Cool, you can threaten me, my friends, all that stuff, but at my whim or my death, a building's gonna blow up, and it's gonna take that thing you really want, which is like a weapons grade AI that I'm still trying to figure out how to work." And I have told the gangster people that I plan on auctioning it off or selling it, which is not true.
Oh no, it's not. You were lying. I should have made you roll because I thought you were telling the truth.
Well, that was a good bluff on my part. No, I want to figure out how it works. I want to leverage it, which is why my next call is. I said it was. Cliffhanger was I got to go talk to Chastity Clemenson, agent of Netwatch, which is like internet police.
The good
guy. She threatened me too, but
good guys is a strong term.
What?
Good guys.
John referred to them as the good guys.
According to Mr. Friend, they're the good guys, but Mr. Friend's morality is.
I hate to ask chat to do this, but could somebody just make the alert sound go off? Just like follow or unfollow and follow. Do something to make my alert box go off real quick, because I think I fixed it. I haven't heard it in the last 10 seconds. If you have like 20 bits or something, throw it in the jar just so I can see if I can. You son of a bitch! It's still there. Oh God,
Greg.
Why? Where does it come from? How is that possible? It doesn't show up on. Nothing's got levels. There it is. I got nothing. No piece of software is showing those levels.
Today
Nothing.
on High Tech Low Life, Greg hears noises and loses his mind.
So if you
Dude,
want
I like
to
the
help
Cyberpunk.
that, keep
Put the
spending
Cyberpunk
bits.
logo in there, the video game one. I like it. The layout.
It's the same as before. I just color corrected it.
Well, I like it.
Yeah, I wish that you could
compliment.
Look, because if you know what would be neat is if you could actually like set these up with like a little action script or something like that. We could have it just like cycle through hues. But it doesn't. Action script is not a thing in OBS. OBS is not After Effects. If OBS were After Effects, oh man, this show would be dope. Oh dude, I could have so much stuff going on. It'd be crazy. But you know, whatever. All right, so I'm just going to try to not have my brains leak out of my nose tonight, even though these horrible sounds keep going off in my ears. I've pushed the button to mute the horrible sounds. The horrible sounds are continuing to happen. They don't show up on levels anywhere in voice meter potato or there it is or anything. I'm not plugged into anything that can make that sound. I'm looking at my wires. No, nothing's over there. I know they're not coming out of the other computer. I don't have a fucking browser window open.
Oh my God, I feel like I should get the popcorn and just enjoy the show here.
Greg.
This is going to be 4 hours of Greg slowly losing his mind.
Just deep breaths.
Slowly?
So how's that different from any other session?
Yeah, Mani Shana Halayla Hazeh.
Ooh, nice.
Burn.
That was a joke for the Jews in the room. That was good.
What does that mean?
Why is this night different from all other nights? It's part of the Passover Seder.
Oh, okay. Okay, wow. Okay. All right, you speak Hebrew very well?
Yeah, I'm all right. How about the other Ari? How do you do?
I was asking both of
You know what? I'm so terrible. and it's embarrassing since I feel like my parents spent a lot of money on that education, and I don't have much to show for it.
Yeah, my parents spent a lot of money sending me to Jewish private school, and now I'm an atheist, so that worked out great.
I think that's a very common occurrence.
It really is.
My grandmother, she was sort of Jewish, but I refer to it as theater Judaism. She knows a lot of Yiddish, and she drinks. But
Welcome to the fold.
Wine is a very important part of being Jewish. Pretty much.
She's not none of that wine for her. She would say, I want a girly beer or a blackberry brandy. I want a 3.5%, 4% light course, or a blackberry brandy, Gregory.
That's very particular. I'll take the Manischewitz.
She grew up in St. Louis in the times that were not good, and she says that they had a shul that met in the basement of a Episcopalian church, but because they had to hide. Because they had to hide out, and because it was not a great place to be Jewish.
We frequently have to hide. We have an entire history of hiding.
But what's really crazy about that is that my whole life, my mom told me that
13 tribes and all that.
My mom was like, well, your grandmother's not really Jewish. Like, they converted in the 60s or something. And I brought that up to my grandmother, and my grandmother was like, your mother's a fucking liar. I went to shul and studied Hebrew for 25 years. What is she talking about?
Yeah, according to halacha, Jewish religious law, Greg is actually Jewish, but we won't go there.
Your grandfather Joey converted when I married him. So I don't know.
Y'all like that? The chuff noise? That's the Jew. Yeah.
All right. That's enough of this. So, you know what I forgot to do? I totally forgot to fire up Sirenscape. That's what I forgot to do. And I forgot to do
Greg is as Jewish as Batman.
That actually goes back to my stream. I was explaining how Batman is technically Jewish, and I won't do that right now, but he is.
Well, okay. You're just going to claim Batman. Okie dokie.
Nope, it's real. DC accidentally did it. They gave Batman a Jewish cousin on his mother's side, making his mother Jewish.
That's it.
Whoa.
So now Bruce Wayne is ethnically...
Way to screw up
DC. He's a Christian.
Here's a fun one.
He's a Jew, too.
My wife's family are like the waspiest people on Earth. When we were pregnant with kid 1, they had to do all the blood work on her, and they were like, you have this genetic thing. Only Jewish people have this. And so that was a real surprise to the Waspy family.
Poor Meg. That must have shattered them. What do you mean?
No, not really. I mean, that's the whole story. That's it. Yeah. Oh, good. The sound is still in my fucking brain. Oh, good. Thank you, guys. Maybe that makes it more fun to tip or something. Every time you do, Greg's IQ goes a little bit lower. He loses his mind a little bit more. This is a very chocolatey whiskey. I haven't really spent much time at Powers. I really enjoy it. It's very chocolatey.
Wait, what kind is it? What brand?
Powers. Powers Irish. Mighty fine. All right, guys. Let's do the show. So, I have to fire up Sirenscape.
Oh man, we had that epic car chase too.
Yeah.
So
I was over to that part to when we stopped and I talked out of my ass and managed to get
it's actually
some more time.
Yeah. Because I feel like the majority of us were just poised, ready to go with a knife at somebody's throat and their knife at our throat for a good half hour while you guys just chit chatted the whole time.
Yeah, we were ready to go out and blaze of glory. That was the plan.
That's the opposite of what I would like to happen right now. And no.
I don't think we talked about the other job we're doing.
No,
we haven't discussed that yet.
About the other job
so I'm going to bring the party I'll bring the viewers up to speed on that. So last week, LaShawn Tachibana, old high school girlfriend of Zero's, maybe high school girlfriend's too strong. Puppy love. They were youngsters together. It was very sweet at before the war. He's an older feller.
Yeah, doesn't he have blue skin now? Didn't he dye his skin to impress his ex?
He did dye his skin. We discussed the fact. I was like, "You really making me stick with the blue skin man?" And he was like, "No, I don't think so." I was like, "Okay, fine."
He blew himself.
Yeah, because I was to say, we're only going to be able to make Tobias Funkes jokes.
Yeah, I mean, he's a smurf.
The main group.
But
Liz, you married a smurf.
Did. Sorry.
Man, I really wish I knew where that sound was coming from.
The things you find out after the wedding, right?
Yeah.
You'd think that would come up, yeah, but
The sound, R. Davis, sound,
No.
Fox, plus A.
Surprise.
Any of the-
A
blue.
bunch of smurfs show up, sit on his side of the aisle.
I know that the solution
This is my family.
is rebooting my computer. Oh, good. I know that rebooting my computer will stop that horrible noise in my ears. I do appreciate the horrible noise. The horrible noise only means that you guys are doing nice things like spending money and subscribing and using your Prime subscriptions. And by the way, I was advised by my boss at Twitch that I'm supposed to remind you to subscribe with your Prime subscription if you haven't done so already. That would be very nice of you. It costs you nothing. If you have an Amazon Prime subscription and you're not subscribed to something, why not subscribe to this? It makes it easier for me to keep this show going when I have to justify the stress of running it every month. So LaShawn Tachibana is a wonderkind hacker who is fresh in from Japan, ex-lady friend of Zero's. Zero apparently has decided to take the role of that I want to make this work again. I want to get back in on that. I was not prepared for that as a storyteller. I didn't think that. I thought we had agreed to a different kind of... Okay, fine, whatever. That's what we're doing. And he really wants to impress her. She is here. She told him in a private meeting that you guys were not party to that she's in town for a big job, a very big job. And LaShawn Tachibana, I should explain, she's in big trouble. Many years ago, while working for a Yakuza-backed booster gang, she was infected with a plague of red nanites that are at her master's control. And they will eat her brain. They will eat her memories and dissolve her essence, essentially, without regular injections. And the way she gets these regular injections is by doing exactly what her bosses say and staying on a very short leash and hacking and working for the boss to stay alive. It has been said to her that, this could be your last job. We finish this up, we're going to set you off. We're going to set you free. So she's in town for the job. She has reached out to Zero to bring in himself and also his crew because they need a second crew. Her mission is to penetrate a old computer system, actually at the Arasaka. Thank you. Arasaka. At the Arasaka estate north of downtown Night City. It's been there since way before the war. It was built in the late 90s, I think. But she knows she knows the layout of that network. They've been doing a lot of research. They found the person who built the original network on site. It has a biometric password, basically a list of users who are permitted to access it, and that file, and it stores that file. It checks a stored file of biometrics against anybody trying to access the system, and it's simply impossible for her to bypass it. It cannot be bypassed without having her name added to that list. But that list is stored on a duplicate system that is in geosynchronous orbit on a summer home, another Arasaka estate, floating several miles over Night City. If you guys are just catching up, there's a lot of space stuff in the world of Cyberpunk. And so she needs another netrunner to, while she is making the run on Earthside, make a run at the Arasaka low Earth orbit or geosync orbit villa, which, as far as they know, should be uninhabited and long abandoned.
I got talked into this, and I was not at full health. I basically had my brain fried on the last run, and they're like, yo, you want to just go into space now?
Yes.
We're going to shoot you into space for a while.
It's exciting, man. You going out of space for the first time?
And so you need to basically inject her biometrics into a file on that network. And the way to do so, you will, in all likelihood, have to have root access to do that.
I gotta do a lot of hacking.
Yes. And so, unfortunately, Zero's not here right now. Maybe we should do... I have a funny feeling all of you... I really wish I could make those sounds stop going through my ears. I really do. I mean, it's just... Holy hell, man. Man, I am losing it. No. I'm going to resist. I'm losing my mind. I am...
Reboot at 11, man. Reboot at 11.
11 p.m. reboot? We could try that. Maybe I can make sure 11 and do a reboot.
10:30. Right? Set yourself a deadline.
Okay, we'll do that. That's
First
a great
peek.
idea. And actually, you're right. I should also have my timers running. Hey, Liz, any word on our friend, your husband?
I mean, I don't hear singing, so that's a good sign.
Wait, what song does he like to sing?
He likes to sing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star," but he thinks the words are
Good choice.
"Pickle Pickle Little Star," so he sings
That's great.
"Pickle Pickle Little Star."
Oh my god. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
It really is. I don't want to correct him because it's hilarious.
Listen, I had a similar situation, except it was with Grace during
Okay.
like preschool like snack time. They said like God is good, God is great, which rubbed me the wrong way. But apparently my son caught on, was like thought it was goddess good, goddess great. You know, so that's what he was
Nice.
saying. You know, and started
Enforcing feminism
right,
early.
exactly. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, man, go for it. You know, thank the goddess for your food. Yeah. Yeah. Thank her for that. shit.
Praise be to Gaia. Yeah.
He just really likes that salad dressing.
Just loves it. Loves
That
it.
green goddess, he's about
Green
it.
goddess, man.
All right, so the update is that the singing has stopped and the blinks are getting longer and longer.
Oh, you have to, like, watch him fall asleep?
I mean, not necessarily, but
I gotcha.
yeah.
Sydney, I tell her, okay, it's bedtime. And then, like, she's like, leave the lights on. I'm going to sit here and do stuff. And I'm like, okay. And then I come back in 10 minutes later and she's passed out on her face.
He's been sleeping with Christmas lights in his room. We had extra Christmas lights, and he insisted he wanted to decorate his room. So now he just has a ring of Christmas lights around his window, and it's weirdly bright in there, but he's happy.
Okay.
Are you guys doing a Christmas tree this year?
Yeah, we've got a
And
Christmas
did
tree
you-
and everything up.
Did you put it up yet?
Yep. Yeah.
Nice one.
Man, I wish this is the time. I just wish that I had a tree.
Just
Just
get
looks
it,
so
man.
perfect.
Do you do trees?
Do not do
I don't
that.
do trees.
Why not?
but-
Go for it.
You can.
I'm Jewish. There's
No,
Yeah,
you know,
we're talking about my
we-
grandmother. She had a
Hold on,
Hanukkah bush
is your
every
wife
year.
Jewish
The
too?
Hanukkah bush,
Because
exactly.
I went and got a non-Jewish girlfriend, and now I have trees and stockings and shit.
It's
You get
a,
to double up on the holidays.
honestly,
Yeah, no, we got a
I-
menorah and a tree.
Ari, I just want to suggest that you would really be doing your part in the war on Christmas if you, a Jew, put up a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Right?
Really just rob it of all meaning.
Yeah. Plus, like, I mean, come on. It's just historical. I mean, separate it from the religious end, right? Paganism is where it all stems from in the first place.
It's a consumer-based
Uh-oh.
holiday.
We lost Liz's
Oh,
face.
we lost
Okay.
Liz.
No.
All
I
I'm
think-
saying is, I walk into some like Gentiles' homes pre-pandemic, and I see
I don't
this
know why
like it
that's-
looks
that
perfect,
stings. Yeah.
and it looks perfect. It looks like the life that I just want. It looks so cozy and really warm and nice and inviting. Pretty much what cozy means, and I want that, and it's just not gonna happen.
Wow.
It's not going to happen for me, and that's upsetting to me.
Liz is
I mean-
texting me.
Yeah.
I just wish
true.
that I could have it.
Man, I don't know.
Nice.
There's some reason-
Barkov says that they have a Hanukkah bush, and that's
Yeah.
nice.
As I say, my
Yeah.
grandmother always had a Hanukkah
Yeah.
bush.
Go
Yeah.
outside.
Hammer Spaceman.
I'm a spaceman with the fucking height.
Ari's
man.
boy.
So Liz is refreshing. Anthony is on his way. I think that, I mean, I have a scene that I want to get to, but I kind of feel like we need Zero for it, and it's kind of tricky for me to run it without Zero, so...
That's cool. I have questions. I have Cyberpunk questions.
Okay, we can do some housekeeping. Let's go.
I'm very curious. In character, I think the rabbit is very curious. And do we really think that that AI will explode with that bomb? Or is it pretty much like...
It's going to blow.
The material, you mean like the physical box? Like how...
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty big bomb.
Proof, you know what I mean?
It could be, but I mean, it's also bomb-proof has got limits. Like you strap a bomb to it.
It's not a grenade. To be clear, Cassandra and her crazy death cultness made a bomb big enough to take out my entire apartment building.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's going to be blown to smithereens. I'm confident. And I'm confident enough that the other people that want it are also confident that it will do that.
Okay.
We have Liz back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the bomb... I mean, honestly, I've considered this out of character. I think that I'm not going to save the box from the bomb. I think the box gets blown up with the bomb if it goes off.
Yeah, that was my intent.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys...
Right.
Yes. And you rolled very well.
She did.
And so... does anybody else have any like character equipment questions, advancement questions? I mean, I feel like it's not a bad time to get that stuff out of the way while we're waiting for Zero, unfortunately.
Hold on. Let me see how much XP I have and add it up. It's still not enough to increase my interface.
Yeah.
I'll probably rebuy a bunch of... I don't know. I need to get a bunch of software.
So one thing that has apparently come up, and I got this from our Talsorian in one of the Discords I frequent where I argue with people about Cyberpunk things. No, I mean, I got it from Jay. I mean, he's in there too. He's just like, it's amazing. Jay Gray from our Talsorian is in like every Discord that even touches on Cyberpunk. And when people ask questions, he's like, let me answer how that works. It's an amazing one-on-one first-person service that he's offering to everybody. But so when a netrunner, like Sword, like you don't turn on Sword and then run around in the architecture with that Sword activated. Like Sword is a program, you turn it on, the Sword program does its job, and then the Sword program deactivates. It is only rezzed while it's sorting, and so you activate that program as one of your 3 net actions per turn. It's not like it remains activated.
Is the activation separate from the attack?
No, that's my point. Like functionally, this works out to being the same way that we were running it. What it means though is that if you have 3 net actions and you want to use Sword 3 times, you've got to have 3 swords.
Right, because it can only be used. It's like at a rate of fire of 1.
It can only you can only activate each software once per net action per meat action, round or whatever. Sorry.
I have multiples. I had like 3 swords before.
So do you have to actually hold it and swing it?
I mean,
or is it just flavor?
Yeah.
It's just flavor.
No. Yeah. For me, it's like a mental visualization. But yeah, I'm like in the Matrix. I have a laser sword and I go wham, and I cut people. I buy
somebody
people,
else's sword
I
might look
like
totally
ravens
different though.
That make me stupid.
Okay.
I gotta see what gear I have on my dude, bro, Mr. Friend.
You guys are. What are we drinking? A Beck's?
Beck's, baby!
Was that like a slogan of theirs or something?
Yeah, it should be. Drink Beck's. Drink the Beck's. It's Beck's, baby!
God damn it. All right.
Wow, I don't like that.
Not a supporter.
Okay. So where do we go from here? Let me turn the sound off because it's a little bit distracting.
You know, that's the other thing too. I noticed the other day there was like cyborg wear or Borg wear.
Yeah,
And
that
then-
is like more intense cyberware.
Yeah.
I meant to look into it, but for my birthday.
I mean, if you want to become a Terminator, have fun.
Can you like literally just turn yourself into like a warforge?
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
The humanity cost is enormous, though. You probably become non-playable by the time you get to there.
And Greg, I have a question regarding my player. Let's say we go to the place where we should. Am I allowed to say where we're about to go?
Yeah.
We talked about that. We were talking about going to outer space. Yeah.
So we're gonna be going to space. So like, can I do R&D up there? Like,
Yeah.
is it important for my character to like find new business opportunities? Is that
Well, I was thinking about the
baked
fact
in?
that like you're probably going to have to tell your boss you're going on vacation or something.
Yeah, we can role play that out if you'd like.
It's a good
fun.
call. We do need to deal with that. Your boss is Robert Scrine.
What is this?
Let me see if I have a different.
Robert Scrine.
Yeah, for everybody should know that Robert Scrine is just a terrifying individual in my eyes. I've seen him murder other people. There's major consequences to fucking up at work. So, Mr. Scrine is somebody that I really fear.
So you've just found out that you're doing a job in outer space,
Yeah.
and you're at the offices of Symbiote Tech, and you spot Scrine walking through. He's out in you're in you have a research lab, and there's glass walls on the far side of the research lab. You're there, like you have an executive corner, a cubicle that you've cordoned off for yourself, so that the nerds don't touch you. Okay, but you kind of oversee the nerds there doing their work, and then on the far side of the wall there, past all their consoles, their desks, their lab tables, and so on and so forth, it's all glass, and you see Robert walking, and you need to talk to him, so you intersect him in the hallway.
Okay. I check my pits first and my breath. Mr. Scrine.
Walk with me, Branton.
Hey, will do. Okay. Wow, you have a fast pace.
Yes, I like to keep moving. I do. I really like to keep moving. Robert Scrine is wearing a very traditional-looking three-piece business suit. It's a day-wear kind of brown. He's wearing a charcoal vest underneath it. He has no visible cyberware that you can see. Older gentleman, a tight crop of curly brown hair, starting to fall apart a little bit here. And he's just a very warm guy. He's just a very warm guy, very, very light on his feet, very bouncy. When he sees you, he grabs your hand, gives you a huge hug. He gives the handshake and the hug around. Branton, great work you've been doing. Great work. It's a pleasure to have you on the team. Come on, let's walk. You don't get out of that office enough, man. You don't get out of that office enough. Come on.
Yeah.
You gotta get that blood moving. You gotta circulate.
Definitely. So things are going really well on the drug.
Yes.
We're seeing lots of improvements. People's hair are growing back, erections are standing up, and anxiety is at an all-time low. So that's great. However, I want you to know that this next week I'm gonna need to take a few personal days.
Ooh. You got a hobby?
I do.
Good thing to have a hobby. A man's got to have a hobby.
Vacation. Going on vacation. And check out some new business opportunities, actually.
No, I won't hear that.
For your company, for you.
Listen, I don't want you working. Listen, Brent.
Yeah.
Let me explain something to you. You are doing a bang-up job around here. I haven't seen you around the office a lot lately. I don't really know how it gets done. I have a lot of faith in you, okay? A lot of faith.
Sure.
I'm putting a lot on your shoulders. He grabs your shoulders with it like a vice. He says, my top guy, my guy, okay? Product development lead, Branton Whiteford III.
That's me.
You need a vacation. You need some time off. You need a little R&R. You need to go. You need to go down and find some joy girls. Whatever it is, I want you to put work. Leave it here. I want you to leave it here. I don't want you. You got to come back refreshed, Brandon. Okay. You got to come back refreshed. I want you to put your feet up. I want you to relax. I don't want you to think about work. I want you to come back and give 150%, 180%, because I need my guys at 180%. But we all need to we all got to blow off some steam sometimes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to it, and it's really nice to know that, my boss, my mentor is so willing to allow me to take some time to relax.
Sure
I just
thing.
want you to know that while I'm gone, no one else is going to be, doing any of my work, are they?
Well, Brandon, I mean, these wheels do keep turning. So I'm going to have to, who do you got? Who's your second in command over there? Who you got over here that you can leave kind of in your place?
Oh, that would be Barry.
Okay. Yeah.
Barry will take care of everything.
Listen.
I'll talk to him.
Listen. So you got Barry on it. Barry has my utmost faith. And I just, you know how I feel about that kind of thing. I mean, when I put my trust in somebody in the business, it's so important. I really hope that Barry, well, I'm just saying, I just hope that Barry's up to the task. You know what I mean? I hope he's up to the task.
Of course.
Otherwise, maybe I'll have to be blowing off some steam.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You going fishing? You got a lake you're going up to?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going up north. Way north. High north.
Send me some pictures. I want to know what you're up to. Send me, you catch some whoppers. You send them my way.
You got it, boss.
Okay. I haven't forgotten you hiding those bodies for me. Don't think I've forgotten. I haven't forgotten that. You're a great one. You're a good guy.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Can I just talk to Barry real quick?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
I go into Barry's office. I kick open his door.
Hey, Mr. Whiteford, how's it? Whoa,
Shut
Mr. Whiteford.
the fuck up, Barry. You little pissant. Okay. I'm going out of
You're
town.
right.
You're running the show. Guess what?
What?
Scrine knows about it. Okay? He's looking at you. I told him I didn't trust you. But you know what? He said reverse that. He said I don't trust Barry. I said I trust Barry with my goddamn life. So you better make sure that everything runs smooth around here. Or else your ass.
Why did you say that about me? Why would you say that about me?
Barry.
Okay.
You're my guy. You're the numbers guy. You know what's going on here.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, we got a lot of tests this week, and a lot of subjects that are, a lot of very high turnover rate here, Paul. So, the hair comes in, and it keeps coming in, and it grows right out of their eyeballs. Okay. So we have a few things we're trying to dial in, and
Barry,
it's just
I slap Barry across the face.
Oh my God.
Get a hold of yourself, man.
I needed that. You're right. No, absolutely.
Hair
I needed that.
on these bald assholes is good. Doesn't matter if they're coming out of their eyes. They'll shake
physically out of their eyeballs.
Don't worry about it. Everything's great, brother. All right. I'm off to space for about a week. I'll see you later. Good luck.
Okay.
Hey, don't screw up, bud.
Okay. All right. And that's how Branton got his vacation approved.
This is
okay.
Lampoon's waiting to happen.
So, wait a second. What's going on
Greg,
here?
one
Someone's
moment.
not in the show. It's Liz again. You're missing from my show.
I was
What?
going to
She's
bring
not
that
here.
up. Liz is not visible.
You know what, Liz? It's not your fault
Yeah.
now. It's my fault now because you refreshed, and that means my link had to be updated. So, give me 1 second.
Yeah, we can yell at Greg. Everybody shame Greg.
Shame.
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 Oh, that's like in Game of Thrones. Shame.
Yeah, you're right, Ari. That was the reference.
That was like that. That was like
Good
that.
man.
It
Good
was
man.
that. You're
It's
correct.
almost like that.
God, man.
I am
Chris Farley
1,000% that one that never gets the movie reference or never gets the TV show reference. So
Oh,
I'm
man,
really
it's-
glad that I.
Dude.
It's really great to have you on the show. Do you remember when you were dead?
What?
It's just, I felt like a very Chris Farley show moment.
Oh my
from-
goodness.
You guys remember that show? Chris Farley?
You,
No.
you remember when you were in the Beatles?
Yeah, that was great.
Everybody thought you were dead. I wasn't really dead.
Have I returned?
You are back.
Oh my god! So I didn't
you're
know I
back.
was missing. I could have been like making faces at you guys this whole
You could have.
time.
Very
been
green on
doing
Greg's
that.
screen. What's going on?
Yeah, it's a thing. I don't know what that is.
The
So,
green's not me.
no, it's... Well, it is actually you, because of the way this works. It's something to do with your settings at the moment.
Fine, be that way.
No, I can fix it. I mean, I'll just
I
switch you
don't
to a
care.
different
I don't
codec.
care.
I'll switch you out of VP9. And now you'll refresh, but you might get rainbow pukes. Okay,
I like rainbow pukes.
Rainbow pukes.
so
There we go.
Nice.
you guys get the word to... where we left it was that LaShawn Tachibana was going to introduce you to the rest of the crew at their build site, where they have built a mainframe that is a replica of the one that she is running at Michiko Sanderson's estate north of downtown Night City. So that is where you're headed to now. The location has been transmitted to your agents. What individually, just voice it into the universe how you are showing up for this meet and what you are bringing with you.
So this is like a practice run or just a meet and greet?
It was
to
a big.
clarify?
It was a meet and greet. It was to talk. It was to form a plan. It's to you can be introduced to the system. It's also the issue of price has yet to be negotiated. They said that they would have to put you in touch with their boss.
Right.
and
and Medusa got very aggressive when I brought up money, and she said she was going to step in and...
She's very concerned about making sure everybody gets paid. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Cassandra, what does Cassandra bring? Just her
How
normal
much-
kit?
Yeah, I mean, how much time has passed? Do I have time to head
I think
back to my
it's
shop?
been a week, if I'm not mistaken. It's actually been
Okay.
a week. It's physically been a week. So
So, I mean, during the week, I definitely did some shopping and I worked on the dog. I'm going to hope that over the course of the week I was able to finish what I was doing, add in the, grenade vomiting features and all that. But I'm not going to bring...
you have to roll for that.
Mark. Mark.
When the time comes, I'll roll for the grenade vomits. But I'm not going to bring the dog with me because I don't feel the need to be that over the top intimidating.
We need to
at
figure
this
out.
point.
So from a tech standpoint, too, there is
Yeah.
some problems with the dog in that these things are controlled via net architectures and a daemon that resides on that net architecture. The world is not set up for for robots that are not connected to some kind of a net architecture. We could probably come up with a way to achieve this.
Well, isn't there like mobile net architectures in like cars and shit?
Yeah, so I was saying is I think that you basically need to build like a very limited net architecture and install a daemon on it in the dog is sort of what we're talking about doing here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this will be a major project then. So I'm probably still working on it.
Probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I will say then that
And it was previously connected to a local area net architecture.
Right.
That's why Mr. Friend was able to control all of them.
Right. Okay. Then I'm probably going to be focusing on working on that before the grenade launcher because I feel like the grenade launcher is going to be a lot easier. But I also did some shopping. I have my shotgun, which is of course not concealable because it's huge. I added and I don't try to conceal it. I carry it like on my back.
Yeah, I think you can probably get away with that.
Yeah.
It depends on
and
what parts of the town you're in. So.
Yeah, I I mean, I'm not going to be that over the top. I have a huge shotgun strapped to my back, and what I've added to it is a drum magazine, so I can carry more ammo.
Whoa.
And that's my flashiest purchase.
Yes.
I've also stocked up on some poisons for my air hypo wrist slapping thing because I used my poison last time. So I'm gonna buy some arsenic and some biotoxin.
Ooh, man.
Okay.
And stock up on flashbangs because I've been throwing those a lot, and I've run
They
out.
were handy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've realized that flashbangs can be concealable depending on my outfit.
What are you paying for all? I mean, how much money do you have?
The flashbangs should add up to 300. The drum magazine 500. The biotoxin, I'm just gonna get one vial. It's expensive, 500, and the arsenic is 100. So that comes up to 1,400, which I should have. Yeah, I have.
Okay. It's the 21st of August, by the way. It's Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay.
So those are my purchases. As far as how I'm showing up, the flashbangs are not visible. They're hidden in my clothing.
Drum magazine is 500 Euro bucks.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what do you load it with, by the way?
Just the regular shells, yeah.
Shells. You're using shells. Okay.
And I do still have my
slugs or shells.
Oh.
Shotgun can be loaded with either slugs or shells.
That I will have to.
Yeah, you can decide.
Yeah.
Shells are short range group attackers. The slugs are longer range penetrator rounds, basically.
Yeah. Probably the slugs, because if I'm up close to someone, I've got the poison. I'm actually a pretty good brawler. I've got the stun baton, which is technically classified as less lethal. It's not necessarily a non-lethal weapon.
That's fair. Yes.
So I have more options than I used to if I have to be up close to someone. So I'll focus on the longer range for the shotgun.
I guess flashbangs are only $100 a pop. Yeah.
Yep. And I also have my cool foldy, very heavy pistol.
Yes.
That like folds up transformer style. So that's concealable.
Yeah, it just like yeah. Zero, we're going to see your ex-girlfriend. What are we bringing?
Are we all going?
New
I think
hair.
the whole plan. Yeah, you guys are all part of the crew. This is like a thing.
This is like the meet. Okay.
We're having an Ocean 11's moment where we're checking out the like mock safe and we're figuring it out. This is this is what's happening.
This is what.
All right, so I think we gotta go there and see what it looks like.
Okay, so you're just going with your normal. It's just a normal day of work for you.
I don't have anything else.
I've never been on a heist. I don't know what to bring. Okay.
You're on several heists at this point.
Mr. Friend. That's
Yeah, but
fine.
I've
No,
never
I
been
think
to
that's a
space.
perfectly acceptable answer, by the way. I'm not arguing with any of this. I just want to make sure that we're clear on what comes with us to this meet.
What comes with us to this meet, I rebuy a bunch of software. I lost some in the last excursion, so I'm spending about 300 cred getting a new sword program, a new armor program, and I'm buying Hellbolt.
Is that anti-personnel or anti?
That's anti-personnel. That is the shit that sets decks on fire and causes like 2d6 damage to netrunners.
Okay.
And because of I'm a walking cyber deck, so like my arm is a high grade cyber deck. It can hold 10 program slots total.
Yep.
It's all filled out. I bring that and my gun, and I wear my armor. I'm ready to do a job.
And you have armor jack, or did you ever invest in
I have
your
armor
body?
jack,
Okay.
and it's made to look like, I don't know, like my leather jacket or whatever. You know, it looks like a
rabbit.
how recovered are you guys at this point? By the way, another 7 days have gone by.
I'm fully recovered by now. Yeah.
I didn't take much damage.
Okay.
That if it's a week later, I'm ready.
Okay.
Mr.
All right.
Friend is no longer brain fried.
The rabbit, what are you packing?
So I'm just showing up with my rifle and my heavy bolter.
Okay.
My heavy pistol.
You're crossing the lures, man. Never cross the lures.
Especially with that one.
Mr. Branton, how do you come?
Yo, what was that?
How you come to this meeting?
Yeah, I just show up like I don't.
It's a regular day.
Regular day.
This is just whatever's on you.
Yeah, I think I'm all caught up on health wise. How many points do you get per day?
Your body points per day.
Body points per day. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh, hello, doggy.
Whose dog was that?
That was mine. Sorry.
Okay. So you guys are you're given an address in the hot zone, in the part of the city that was at the center of the nuke. So it's a wasteland, and it's generally speaking not a safe part of town. It is an area where there's a lot of reconstruction going on. There's a lot of gang activity in the hot zone as well. It's a borderline combat zone. In some ways, it can be worse than a combat zone, but most of the time, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as the quote combat zone, right? Although there is background radiation to contend with, but that's actually not so much an issue. Occasionally, that will be an issue. You are given an address. It correlates to a warehouse. Sorry, not a warehouse. It's a destroyed skyscraper complex. It is burned out. Most of the windows are smashed out, and it's charred and twisted, but not falling over. It is abandoned. And as you make your way up the seized escalators, up about 3 floors, you come to a place where it would have still been part of atriums, right? Like it's still just expanded lobby. Like this maybe was probably some kind of a shopping mall at one time with offices on top. And in these derelict skeletal ruins of this old building, there's a section where clear plastic sheeting, heavy clear plastic, translucent plastic sheeting has been set up to cordon off an area, and work lights are set up. And in this 50 meter by 50 meter box, basically, is the crew. As you make it towards, as you wind your way through, you get knowing looks from occasional security personnel wearing those long black armored coats that cover up half of their face, and you can see that they have assault rifles hidden underneath their jackets. These guys are serious dudes, all heads shaved, mirror shades. They are stereotypical cyberpunk bad guys. And
Good news is, so am I.
Yeah. As you guys approach the flaps of this kind of tent setup that's built here in this this skeletal building, a pair of guards greet you at the door and hold open the flap. And as you guys pass inside, they have a lot of hardware in here. There's a lot of military style like shipping crates that would be filled with weapons. They have several cots laid out. Some people are sleeping here very clearly. In towards the back there, there's a little kitchen set up, a coffee maker, a food rehydrator. There's food stores. There's a microwave. There's office space. They are working on new weapons, and there's a tech over there who's tuning things up and working. Sitting back near where the tech's desk is, you recognize Duncan Scratch Bouchard, the septuagenarian, borged out solo. His human parts are wiry and liver spotted, but his metal parts are extremely, skeletal and deadly looking. Towards the center of the room is what Mr. Friend immediately recognizes as a fairly large, probably many of you do, server, or actually I would say mainframe, a heavy-duty, old iron, you would say, mainframe computer.
Oh shit! Is it the Gibson? Am I hacking a Gibson?
Hack the Gibson. Hack the planet.
It's a GBSON 715. Yeah.
Nice.
It's an old mainframe there. There is Lashan Tachibana. She is enjoying her lunch at the moment. Actually, you've come in at lunchtime. She has a rehydrated cup of noodles. And I have a list of other people who are here, and I should just actually read that. I forgot about this guy. There is a very serious piece of motorcycle, and sprawled across the top of it is a leather-clad young Japanese-looking fellow. He's sort of reclining in the way, this guy wants to be seen as the most nonchalant fellow in the room. He's wearing black and yellow leather pants and a black and yellow leather jacket that is kind of oversized and unzipped basically down to his navel, where it's just kind of barely held shut. And he's got a very light t-shirt on underneath it. And he's just laying back across the top of the motorcycle smoking a cigarette. And Lashan, Duncan, Rikuto, and I think that's NDS, private security. There is one. Why didn't I add that person's name to the list? I totally forgot to add that person's name to the list. Anyway.
Here's Super Jesus. He's Jesus in Cyberpunk.
He's Jesus, just super, you know?
Yeah. He's
Sorry,
got a
Greg.
cape on.
Yep.
Is the Discord running music right now?
It may
No,
not be.
because Greg isn't in it.
I can fix that right now. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
No, that's a great question. I totally forgot about that. And there's working at the mainframe, actually, this tower of matte black plastic and metal with blue accents, illuminated accents that run floor up to the ceiling and then some. Actually, there's a hole cut, and so like this tent extends beyond where this floor should have ended into the next room a little bit. Working at a plain console, like there's a monitor and keyboard arrangement, is a much older man. A much older man. He is wearing a tweed jacket. He has sort of a hanging sort of neck, like a jowly turkey gizzard of a neck. His flesh is sort of loose, and he's a little bit paunchy, shorter. Shoulders are hunched, and he's working at the computer. His head is bald, except for a very thin wisp, halo of white hair that's short cropped. He has brown spots on his flesh. He's an older man, and he's wearing some oversized eyeglasses as he's working at this computer on the mainframe. Lashan, when she sees you come in, suddenly looks very happy. And puts down her lunch and walks across the room with her arms wide and says, it's great you're here. How have you been? It's been, we've been, as you can see, we've been working. And I'm also working on fixing this sound issue for you guys.
Ooh,
Okay.
I heard it.
And I
Heard
think
a
it's
thing.
running now.
I heard the ding.
I'm just checking, confirming that it's actually running.
I heard the thing.
Input device.
Yeah,
should
I hear
be-
noises.
No, you don't. But that's okay. I'm going to fix it that you do.
I thought I did.
I thought I did.
It's okay. It's okay.
Same.
You should
Are
be
we all
on.
real hallucinating
What?
together?
I mean, I dropped some acid. I don't know about the rest of you. Wait, what? No, I didn't take acid. I don't.
There you go.
Didn't,
So now you
not
should-
tonight, at least.
What Ari's trying to say is that he sells acid.
No.
Just contact him.
Nope.
If you're a
That is-
DEA agent, he's a definite good source.
You know,
If you're
there are
having
many
tummy
things
trouble,
I do.
acid reflux.
I do a pretty bang on Tasha Yar impersonation, but selling drugs is not one of them.
Yeah, that's okay. Shit, where the hell is the sound? Wait, how was I? Maybe it was working?
Ari made me be Tasha Yar on his stream.
Ari put the
happened.
Tasha Yar inside me. Ari put the Tasha in me.
It was, I mean, it was a sexually charged scene, let's be honest.
Come join his Patreon page.
But that, of course,
Hey,
There it is. Yeah,
Sounds like you're extreme
there's
job.
noises.
okay. And now it's in my ears and in your ears all at the same time. Okay,
Wonderful.
cool. Sorry about
I'm gonna
that.
turn it down a little bit though.
Alrighty. So that's just the sounds of Night City.
Man, should've-
So she says, "This is your show. Let us know what you need, and when we are ready, we'll start talking about the run, the mission."
Well, for starters, I mean, if you could point us to the direction where we could find some of those noodle cups, that would be great. You know, I mean, who's gonna work on a? Thank you, appreciate it. I'm just gonna start walking to the kitchen.
Yeah, it's just like a folding table and a couple of chairs and, like I said, a rehydrator. And underneath the folding table is just like crates of a selection of dehydrated foods to be remade, reformulated. So she says, so that's our clone server. And the guy working on it, that's Felix Van Michel. He is... Well, he built the original, apparently. He built the original server over at the Arasaka estate. And so he's the guy for the job. He says he's done his best to build it exactly the way he did the first time. It was not cheap or easy to find him. And she points to the guy on the motorcycle. That's Rikuto Shinoda. He's a bozo nomad, and he's handling transportation for me and the rest of this crew to get us in and out of the house. And of course, you know, Duncan Bouchard, who makes no indication that he heard anything. And that's us. Wow. So, go for it.
I think the rabbit just turns to Mr. Friend while she's like sucking noodles in her face. It's like, so what do you plan on doing with this thing?
Well, I'm gonna go see if this clone of their architecture is as accurate as they say it is, and hopefully, I won't get brain fried.
I'll catch fire.
Well, I'm insulated now, so that should happen less.
Should we keep a fire extinguisher handy just in case? Maybe a bucket of water?
No, definitely neither of those. I flex my arm. I'm like, I insulated wiring. Like it won't happen again. Mr. Friend makes his way over to the guy that's programming the clone
Felix.
server. Yeah, Felix. And he's like, are you almost done? Is it ready for me to look at?
He kind of cranes his neck and looks at you and looks you up and down and kind of... Yeah, I saw it's ready.
All right. Let's see what we're dealing with.
It's currently in a frozen state. We have it. It's active for observer mode. You can walk through and look at it without any risk to yourself.
And how positive are we that this is a accurate representation of what we're walking into, or what I'm walking into?
No, it's not very. This is a clone. We built a clone of the machine at Arasaka Estates here planetside. We don't have a clone of the machine that's in orbit that you are running.
Yeah. Great.
That was a wrench that was thrown in the works. The architecture was it was built by someone else. The original plan was for Lishan to bypass the biometrics on the planet-side system, but that proved impossible.
So now I have to put her biometrics in so she can access it here.
remotely. Yes, I can show you where this machine accesses the orbital machine.
That is helpful, at the very least.
It is.
Yes. All right. Well, at that point, I would, jack in. You see the smiley faces glow
Yeah.
through my glasses, and I'm in the architecture. I jack in.
Yep. You are standing in a lobby. It has a very distinct. It has the feeling of an Edo period fortress. You're standing in like a courtyard, and there are walls that are white stucco that kind of slope away from you. There's a flagstone tile floor, flagstone walkway, like in a garden.
This is very Inception.
Blue terracotta tiles rim the walls that you're standing in, and behind you there is the wall is closed, and in front of you is a pair of blue painted wooden doors that open inward into the next floor of this architecture. And as you start moving forward, you see just to your left, LaShawn patches in and shows up. Her avatar is, it looks actually just exactly like her.
Yeah, it's like me. Mine looks like me, but like luminescent.
Yeah.
I glow a little. That's about it. So,
Just a
LaShawn,
little?
yeah, I'm not a show off to the programs. Like,
She says, "This is the lobby. Whole place was a old data fortress that was built in the old days, a long time ago. It's since then been air-gapped and severed from the network. We have not run the local machine, but it's entirely possible that if it wasn't air-gapped quick enough, it's entirely possible that I will find something nasty hiding in there for me." One would hope that they've been doing the work to make sure that didn't happen, and if it did, that they've cleaned it out.
LaShawn, I know you're probably going to be guessing, but what are the odds I'm going to have to face another runner up there?
As far as we know, the orbital estate should be abandoned.
That's a positive.
Or
All right, walk me
unless it's
through
been
it.
taken by,
how do we know?
unless it's been taken by squatters.
Oh, how do we know it should be abandoned?
It's an old family estate, and the family is like mostly died out, right? Isn't Danger Girl the the heiress?
She says no. Michiko is the CEO of Danger Girl, and she is the only notable Arasaka known to be living in the United States.
Right.
The Arasaka Corporation still exists. It is confined to operations inside of Japan. So it has no existence officially anywhere outside of Japan. So the Arasaka Corporation essentially... oh, man. Is this in character? This seems like a conversation. I'm trying to decide how much this would be common knowledge.
Is it common? Like, is it known to be abandoned, or should we already know this?
No, you wouldn't have even known that it existed. It's a rich person's
that's why
private
I'm
house
asking,
that's up in outer space.
I felt Mr. Friend's question about is there another Netrunner was pretty valid.
Totally, all of these questions are totally valid. I'm trying to decide how much information are we being pumped for at the moment. But yeah, I mean, I think it is. I would say actually that Zero, you would certainly know that Arasaka is still in operation, and I think you would just know this as a media. Other players may or may not know this as well. I mean, Branton would probably know this. Arasaka is still in operation. The company is still being officially run by Saburo, but his youngest daughter, Hanaka, is the face of the corporation. His his oldest son, Kei, who used to be the face of the corporation, died in the Third Corporate War. Kei's daughter is Michiko. Saburo's second son, and now I have to check my notes because I keep forgetting everybody's name. Oh man. What's this person's name? Where did I put this person's name?
I put a shirt on for Greg. See? I stream in a tank top, and every time I show up on camera in a tank top, Greg goes,
People
"You
love
wearing that? Is that what you're wearing?"
Yorinobu.
You sure? You sure?
Yeah,
Yorinobu,
you sure about that?
Yorinobu died a number of years ago. Yorinobu was the middle son and actually kind of a Arasaka renegade. He hated his father and also his aims for the corporation, and quite famously took many very public actions against the Arasaka Corporation. He died a number of years ago and has not been seen since. I mean, he's dead, so why would he be seen? He's dead. And so that's essentially, I think that's, I mean, unless you guys want to start rolling what you know to determine how much you really know about the inner workings of the Arasaka Corporation and, I mean, corporate lore and so on and so forth, or
I don't think
whatever.
the rabbit would know much of anything besides like this very top layer.
Yeah, I mean, the characters who seem most likely to know stuff about this would be Brant and Zero,
Yeah.
to be honest. Zero as a media, as a person who's invested in knowing these kinds of things, and also because it's sort of like one of his character features is knowing things. And Branton as a corporate executive who just stays abreast of what's going on in the world of the corporate stuff. So if you guys-
how credible do I find the story that that it is abandoned? Do I have any reason to suspect that this may not be the case?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, like I said, you've only just heard that it exists. It's very possible you would say that, like, hey, that's expensive property that's in orbit. Like, even if they abandoned it, somebody else might have moved in.
Well, I mean, presumably, expensive property in orbit, they also dedicate whatever resources there are to maintaining it.
And that's possible too. You can decide how credible you think that is. Honestly, I'm not going to tell you how credible it is or is. I mean, like, it's up to you as a player to decide how you feel about, as a character, how you feel about this. Like, yeah, there's a lot of reasons to think that, like, that's probably not true. There's plenty of reasons there, but there's also no reason specifically to think it's not true. If that makes any sense. But yeah, all of those things, like, hey, that's expensive property. Why would you leave that alone? You know. But you're informed that, well, that was. Yorinobu was the one who made most use of that property, and he's dead. So
We're taking the whole crew, our crew, is
Yep.
all going up into space because
forgot
we're
Medusa's here.
expecting people to be there.
Like the space station, right?
automated defense systems.
Automated defense systems. Yeah, you all are going to have fun with that because I don't think I'm going to have time to turn that shit off when we're doing the run.
Yeah, what do you think we would be expecting up there?
I don't know, but I would bring your most damaging weapons short of blowing us out into outer space. Like,
Well, I mean, I'm going to turn to the other crew, or like the rest of the crew, and say, are we expecting like flesh and blood up there, or mostly AIs, mechanical?
LaShawn says mostly we would expect mechanicals. If it's abandoned, if there's nobody living there, as we suspect, keep in mind, we came to the conclusion that we would need to access that site only in the last few days.
shit can go sideways.
We have not
real
done
quick.
a ton of recon on this subject matter. It's a bit of a black box.
I would say our crew, the LEO crew, we should be strapped for major heat.
What's our escape plan?
Our escape plan? I imagine we go back the way we came. So somebody has to make sure that our exit
Sure.
doesn't get fucking wrecked. Otherwise, we're stuck in an abandoned mansion in space.
How long does it take to get there and get back? What's the travel time like?
It's only a few hours to. She says yes. So I mean, orbital air is still flying. You would take an orbital air flight, connect somewhere. We were thinking. I mean, we can discuss this, but we were thinking connecting flight at Crystal Palace, which I think is at Lagrange 7. So it's like probably a 14-hour flight.
So this is like the equivalent of like commercial airlines.
It is a commercial airline. Yes,
Okay.
there is regular commercial flights. Well, we can discuss that. There are
hope
regular
they have
commercial
Yes.
flights to space and back, somewhat interrupted by the war, but during the war. Okay, so just to give your guys like cultural background, world lore setting stuff. Space is pretty extensively colonized. There are a number of space-based colonies, massive spinning like 1970s visions of the future colonies in space. There are colonies on the moon. There, I think, is a limited colony on Mars. And because most of the cargo that was shipped into space was done so, the heavy equipment, not so much the personnel, because you can't ship personnel this way, but the heavy equipment, the materials, etc., to build all this stuff, it was possible because of a fairly large global project, mainly headed by the European Space Agency. There's a mass driver in equatorial Africa. Crystal Towers L5, Lagrange 5. This fundamentally changed the politics of Africa. There's something called the Pan-African Union that built of a collection of African nations that basically came together to build this mega project, this mass driver. And as a result, a very large percentage, I think something like at least a third of all of the labor and construction and people working and living in space are citizens of the Pan-African Union. Well, a couple of times in the history of Earth, the people in space have lobbed very large rocks back at Earth, either from the moon or from orbit, to remind them that, like, don't fuck with us, we have the high ground. And slowly over the years, these people became known as the High Riders, and then during the Fourth Corporate War, there was a couple of weeks referred to as the Orbital War, during which the High Riders very formally declared independence from Earth and bombarded the living shit out of the planet for about 7 days, as a reminder that, again, don't fuck with us. We have gravity on our side. You are at the very bottom of a well, and it makes it very easy for us to throw things at you. Cheap, too. And as a result, essentially now this is a independent, space-based Pan-African nation, if that makes any sense, is what not to say that all property is, of that. But I had many gas masks.
Yeah, dude, that was my favorite.
Not anymore. But there was a yes. So there was a it's a very different culture in space. At the same time, it was prior to the collapse of 2023, the end of the Fourth Corporate War, it was a place for the very, very wealthy to play. There's extremely expensive hotels. I mean, this is absolutely like, if you want to literally rise above the strife and nightmare that is the planet Earth, space is the place to be. So it's expensive. It's very expensive to go to space. Okay.
How large is this space station that the residence is on? Is it a single use? Like, is it for this?
Yes.
Villa only? Okay.
Yeah. It is like literally a independent floating space villa, all alone.
So then, would it, like, just the act of somebody going there unexpected is likely to get noticed?
Yes. I mean, if there's anybody to notice, someone will notice. Yeah.
Let's go.
We don't need to rush it. Let's take a look around a little bit more. So how's that Empire treating you, Branton?
Oh yeah, Greg, you said what did I bring to the meeting? I brought a week's worth of Empire.
Okay. How much Empire have you been doing?
I do about like just one a day.
Okay.
Just a bump.
I'm not addicted, but let's be honest, I might be addicted.
Okay.
I'm not addicted.
So, all right, I'll figure that out later. Okay. So, are we? LaShawn wants to know, like, am I walking? Just so I'm clear, should we walk through the architecture now, or do you guys want to talk logistics and transport? Because we're going to get through all of these things.
Look,
it sounds like
I would like you to walk me through the architecture.
Okay.
I want to know what you're dealing with, and it'll give me a rough idea of what I can expect when I get up there.
So the door opens, and inside, and frozen in like a pattern, so there's like glitching, is a skunk, a raven, and a scorpion. The room is exactly the same as the courtyard you're in. The garden is slightly different. Like there's like waterfalls and fountains and like, beautiful little plants and stuff like that, and bonsai trees, and but it's like just like a series of independent like garden rooms inside of this like Edo period fortress. And so there's a skunk, a raven. She says, so in this chamber I'll have to derez or slide past the skunk, raven, and scorpion. And then she points at the door. There's a huge, impenetrable, like fortress door, just like this massive bronze seal on this pair of doors. She goes, and that's the biolock. And I cannot bypass this door. I've been working on it for weeks. It's simply beyond me. I think it may be beyond anybody to bypass it by brute force.
I really don't want to try to fuck with that door.
Greg, is she talking about this around all of us?
You guys can all hear this.
Us talk. We're
you just can't see what they see.
Yeah, you just can't see what we see. Yeah. But like, we're probably sitting in a chair across from each other talking.
Yep.
I just audibly start snoring and just like, do you guys need me here? Like, I have things to do that does not include sitting here and watching you guys nerd out. Can I skedaddle? Do you need me here?
Yes, we do, because we have to talk logistics after this part. So, I don't know, meditate, take a little Ritalin. I don't know what you got to do, Rabbit, but
she puts her feet up on the table where like the ramen is, and just like starts scooping herself or like heating herself up another cup.
Rikuto takes a long drag off of his cigarette from his motorcycle, and he has a fairly pronounced Japanese accent that I will not imitate because I think I can't do so without being somewhat offensive. But takes a long drag off his cigarette and just remarks into the air. It's like, oh, the little kitten's bored. Maybe you should leave this to the grown-ups.
Yep. I guess I should. She just like continues to eat, not even looking up at him. I can give I can give this guy the time of day.
So, so she opens the door. As we said, this is a system in stasis, so you can actually move through the whole system. I mean, we can turn it on and actually do the run, she says. We could turn the system on and do this run, and maybe that would be fun. Maybe you have insights that I don't have into how to get past this. She looks you over, maybe. But I think that probably it's not going to be terribly instructive. Beyond this gate is a log file. This logs every access, log on, log off access, whether intentional or illicit, to the system from here forward. And so that is a note. Next room, it branches. She says, and forward of here is a... what are you chuckling at? Oh, in the chat. Very throwing. Throws me up. What's up?
I'm going to roll a stealth because I'm going to start throwing noodles at the motorcycle.
Oh my god.
The thing I started doing, and now it's fun. So I'm going to roll stealth.
You did that to me last session.
Yeah,
You
I
put
did.
noodles on my back.
All right, I got a 14.
14. Interesting.
Just like swing the noodle around, like whoop, and see
Are you
if I
trying
can.
to do it stealthily?
Yeah, just kind of like see how many I can get on there before he notices.
Okay.
Greg, it's like being on set doing the clothespin.
Yeah,
Gag.
yeah.
I don't know that gag. I was not a set person.
Clothespin.
Oh. On TV and film sets, they use clothespins to keep stuff in place,
That
and
I
you
know.
walk up behind people and
And
you
you clip
put it
them?
on the back of their shirts.
God,
And
it's
they
a good
have a
thing I
bunch
didn't
of
get
clothespins on.
that would have really driven me nuts. I
I used to do that to Chris Bradley all the time.
I wouldn't like that. That would drive me nuts. I wouldn't want to be on. No. Anyway.
You've been on set with me. I haven't done
Yeah,
it to you.
but that's true. Okay, so she says, so this forward branch is actually short. We moved 2 more rooms, and she says, I don't have a clear idea of what black ice is in here. We can have Felix load up what he had initially installed, but it's anybody's guess what's here now.
It's going to be your problem, not mine, too.
Also true. And she says files, lots of files here. There are essentially each of these courtyards is just a library of files. And she says, what I'm going to have to do is search through all of these until I find what we're looking for.
And what is it you're looking for?
It is a very important file.
That's all I get? I'm risking my neck going up into
I would
space.
say, let's roll conversation for that.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. I mean, I'm going to suck at it because I'm Mr. Friend, but... let's see. Did I put the hotkey there somewhere? Is that persuade?
No, it's literally conversation.
Then I definitely didn't put a hotkey down for that. All right, one moment. I rolled a 13.
You beat her. She kind of crosses her arms and says, Michiko has a file. That file is the Arasaka records of all U.S.-based personnel. When Arasaka was forced out of the United States, a lot of people stayed behind and became sleepers.
Moles. Yeah.
Moles, sleepers. And she has that file. And we need that file.
Your employer needs that file, the person who's poisoning you with nanobots.
Apparently.
Out of character, Greg, do we know who this person is?
No one's asked.
Yeah, I ask. So, before I hurl myself into our lower atmosphere, who are we working for?
You will meet. When we talk price, we're going to have a sat link set up to Tsukiko Ueda, who is my direct handler. Roll.
I think that would be a persuade, right?
You know, it's an interesting question. I think persuade is to convince someone to do something. Conversation.
So this is still conversation.
I think it is. Conversation is very specifically here the skill of extracting information from people without alerting them with careful conversation.
Then yeah, that's what's happening. That makes sense.
Yeah, persuasion is
16.
the skill of convincing, persuading, or influencing individuals. I think that you could run it either way, whichever one's better for you.
I rolled already, and I got a 14 rather. The sunglasses make it hard to see the tiny numbers. But she rolled a 10, so she has to tell me things.
Yes. Tsukiko Ueda is Hanaka Arasaka's lieutenant.
Aha. So Arasaka needs the file of their own moles? I'm confused. If we're breaking.
They seem to not want Michiko to.
Or Arasaka?
Well, Michiko has apparently. Michiko left the fold many years ago, and it's been, I guess, from what I gather, a liability. And by the way, everybody else can hear this conversation. a liability for Hanukkah to have the names and locations of these people in Michiko's possession.
So we're removing it from Michiko so she can't use it. Got it.
Correct.
What else is on this server?
I don't know. A lot of things, I presume. Financial records, journals.
Anything on R&D?
Possibly. Yes, that is definitely possible here. I mean, this was their offsite storage, their extra secure data fortress, where anything that was deemed too sensitive to be kept at, or at the very least to require a cold storage backup to be kept at the Arasaka Towers was kept here. But here, and then she jogs to the left, there's a branch, and you move off this branch. And here we go deeper, and it goes another couple of layers. 1 room, 2 room, 3 rooms, 4 rooms, and another branch. And then there, off of that branch, it's a short spur. Route is straight ahead, another 4 branches down, or another 4 rooms down. But off of this spur, we go 1 room. There's a password here, I understand, which I should be able to crack. I've cracked it in practice a few times. It's just a standard password. It's not that biometric main lock. There will probably be ice here as well, and below this is the control node that is connected via laser link to the orbital station. And this is where the daemon that checks the log file this is where the daemon reads the password file from.
Interesting. And you have no idea how long it's going to take you to find this file you're looking for. It's needle in a haystack.
I'm very fast. I'm quick, but there's a lot to pour through. So I will have. She kind of, in meat space gestures around to Duncan and to many of the long black coated fellows. They're there to buy me time.
Got it.
I like those.
I think that's all I'm going to learn from this place. Unless you have anything else in this construct to show me.
Not particularly, actually, because it is a limited sort of shell. This was built some 40-odd years ago. Presumably things have changed. Not perhaps the actual layout of the architecture. That's probably the same. But the contents of the rooms will have probably shifted.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank you. And to you. We can expect the architecture that you're going to encounter to be similar, but perhaps not identical.
Yeah, no, it's good to get
highly defended, multiple branching, complicated, old school architectures. There won't be large numbers of files. It's not a library like this or a data fortress. It really only is. Well, honestly, we don't really know what's going to be stored there. Other than this file, we know where this control node connects.
It's a private family server, so it could have anything.
It may even just be this file. At the end of the day, perhaps that's its entire function, was to put this off-site and make this doubly secure, triply secure.
Oh, the joys of being rich.
Indeed. Impossibly wealthy. Infinitely with wealth. And she jacks out.
Yep, I jack out too. I'm like, okay, Rabbit, you want to start talking logistics with people? Now you can start talking logistics. I'm done with my part.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we're going up into space, I mean, you guys are going to get us there. We're going to go in there. Boom, boom, boom. You're going to do your thing. We get back on the ship. We come home, right? In a nutshell?
Something like
Who's
that.
Who's piloting this shuttle that's taking us there?
I thought we were taking some sort of
I'll
class.
do it.
No, Brandon.
I vote not Brandon.
Well,
I love you. I love you.
I love you, dude, but you're on too much Empire.
I can do anything. Don't worry about it.
I think I said before that we were thinking that you would we would send you a commercial
Yeah.
to
Commercially goes to this place.
Excuse
No,
me. What was
to-
that?
commercial to Crystal Palace, and then from there connecting. You would have to charter a connecting flight.
But Crystal Palace is a place people go to.
Yes,
Even
Crystal
though
Palace.
So there's more homes there.
Sorry,
than just-
you would be aware. Crystal Palace is a massive colony and hotel, a super luxury
Gotcha.
site.
So this is like Freeside.
Yeah, it's up at Lagrange 5, so it's pretty deep space actually.
So we're not even in low Earth orbit. We're in space.
You would have to go to Lagrange 5 for a connecting flight back down to low Earth orbit to get back to the estate.
I think we should leave that part up to Brandon. Brandon, I think you'd be really good at that. I mean, this is your forte. Book us some flights, right?
Yeah, make it
we
nice.
See what I can do.
Make sure we
But
get the in-home
I just want
movie.
everybody to know that I will not be joining you in coach.
I'm not
Coach?
intending on taking coach either, Brandon. So you better book me a seat in first class.
Man,
Okay.
you guys are something. Okay, but
I'm
let's get-
risking my life for Zero's dick, I guess. So yeah,
Okay,
I'm flying first
LaShawn
class.
just
and a lot of money.
puts her hands up and slinks out of out of this conversation. She
Mr.
just
Friend.
slides.
Out of
She's
character.
gone. She's out.
I have brought that up multiple times to make
Yeah.
them cringe because I was not. Mr. Friend was not happy that he got forced into this.
I keep forgetting that, of course, Medusa is here as well, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
So feel free to engage her in this conversation.
So
She
yeah,
says,
I
no,
asked her what
she agrees
thinks
with
about
Brandon.
all
She
this.
says, I think that we'll make sure, Coach, Brandon, we'll fly commercial. You'll fly commercial. I'm planning to say planetside, honestly. But
honestly, as long
a
as I get-
charter flight,
like a private jet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Is there any sort of tech we can bring with us to scan for the defenses?
We all turn to look at Cassandra.
Yeah, I think Cass and I need to do a little shopping, but
Probably a good idea.
if
Mm-hmm.
most of the things that we're looking to encounter up there are going to be more of the AI, then I think we can gear ourselves up and make sure we're properly equipped to deal with that. But given the circumstances, I'm also assuming that there's going to be some flesh and blood up there as well. And I don't know about you guys, but we should probably be prepared for that as well.
Yeah, I'm just
Definitely.
kind of wondering when we get there, like at what point does gravity kick in? At what point is there breathable air?
I imagine
You just have to hold your breath the whole time.
Well, no.
Yeah.
You should probably go with like a bubble over your head just in case.
You know what, Zero? Just hold your breath as long as you can, and see
I mean,
how it works out for you, bud.
when we disembark,
So, yeah, Crystal Palace has gravity. It is a
yeah, no, but
series of 5 super large toroidal colonies that are connected and rotating. It produces 0.8 Gs for gravity. So it's not quite the Earth, but it's more than the moon. And most people are in building places that produce gravity when they build something in space. Your flight would be 0G. There's really
Right.
no way around that, except for by acceleration. But and there's air. Believe it or not, they have air in the spaceships and in the space colonies. They have air in both of those places.
right. But I mean, when we get to the villa,
Yes.
like, do we have to wear like spacesuits as we walk from like the garage to the house? Like, what
You're just
what does it look
imagining a
like?
floating house. It's a
And stuff.
yeah, sure.
Like a
fair enough.
ranch with like a driveway.
Yeah, it's just it's a beautiful
Floating
mid-century
there.
modern. It's a
Yeah,
mid-century
I
modern,
mean-
yeah. It was, and in the '80s, it was the wrong people bought it, and they did not respect the original fixtures. They really, it's got to be restored. They fucked it up. But speaking of the original fixtures, you remember that show, the first season of this is total tangent, the first season of American Horror Story, and they live in that ridiculous house, and they're having all those money problems. But like every
I
third
didn't see
scene,
it,
somebody mentions all the original Tiffany's Tiffany glass, all the original Tiffany lamps that are installed there. I was like, how are these people hurting for money? Just sell a lamp. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't know why they kept. I was like, if they hadn't mentioned that, like, I'd have no problem with my suspension of disbelief. But like, they're sitting on like $30 million worth of original Tiffany's. Anyway, so. So
Right.
the floating villa, the house that the Arasakas have, it is another toroid. It's it's a big toroidal circle. It produces a limited amount of gravity. Protruding off of a gantry is a 0G docking bay that does not rotate, and there's a transfer collar where you enter a rotating corridor. So a spacecraft can either dock externally, airlock to airlock, or a small enough one can actually land inside the garage, and then that can be pressurized, and you can disembark freely that way and enter the building up the gantry. To answer your question.
Okay, and so we have knowledge, or we'll have someone with us who has a knowledge of how all that stuff works.
What I am describing to you, they are showing you. This is a schematic. Yes.
Okay.
So. Felix corrects. Felix speaks up, though. Young girl, you will not find any AIs up there.
Okay. Care to elaborate? Go on.
I heard you'd be concerned that there would be AI. You will not find that.
We're talking about gun turrets, right?
Very likely gun turrets.
Yeah, we're talking about robots.
Very likely mechanized defenses.
Okay. Sir, is there anything else you might be able to tell me about what might be up there? Maybe something from your generation.
What do you ask
It's a
him
very
as
nicely built
Zeppelins?
home. It's a stately manor. You will find valuable works of art.
Mothballs.
One hopes, yes. Abandoned, very plush surroundings. Food stores. Mechanized defenses. As to humans, I would expect none, but anything is possible. But no AIs.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate your input, sir. Have a good day. I'm just gonna like turn and look at Cass and be like, we should go. This guy creeps me out. This guy is super creepy. Sir, we're running out to acquire ourselves some things that we might need for our trip. Is there anything I can get for you?
I have everything I need.
Okay. All right. Back away slowly. Okay.
He's just an old man. I don't know.
This rabbit is just like, what do I do with this? This is like an oddity in my life right now.
This old person. Whoa, weird. Don't know what to do there.
What?
So, Lishan asks Zero, so how are you feeling about this? I mean, you don't have to go. I don't know what you bring to the equation.
Ooh, shots fired.
No, not at all. He is a reporter. He's a reporter.
I would just like to say that Zero is actually responsible for saving my life. You know, the gunslinger of the group.
I'm also gonna just say that he got us into this, so he's going into space. I'm not doing this for you, buddy. You got to help out.
I'm prepared to help get the job done.
Good. That's encouraging.
And we can. I think that we have a budget. We can. What you guys, let us know if there's anything you need. I mean, form your plan. You can put this together however you want. We will facilitate it. But you needed to talk to the boss about price, right? Because obviously everybody wants to get paid. And so let's do that. And she goes and produces from stashed back by the text desk, like a white plastic, matte white plastic, kind of angular. Angular is the wrong word I'm looking for. Like it's greebled. It's got like knobs that come. I don't know how to describe it, but like it looks like a hardened military grade like kind of equipment case. She opens it. Inside, there's a flat screen comes up, then like kind of expands, and there's like a console there and a lot of very expensive looking security equipment. Kind of all packed into this box, and she punches up a few buttons, and it essentially the screen displays linking. She's like, I'm putting in a satellite call to Tsukiko, and a few moments later, there's an answer. It is a young woman. She looks at the camera. She nods. She immediately slides out of the way. And Tsukiko Ueda, an older gentleman, Japanese, leans in and smiles into the camera. So these are the second crew.
Wait, can we see him or not?
Yes, of course. It's a video call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just wave furiously like, hello, that's us. We're going into space.
You are adorable, he says.
Yes, I've been told that before. How kind of you to notice, sir.
Thank you. And you are, he starts pointing, Branton, and Mr. Friend, Zero, Cassandra. How, what are we talking about? Are we talking about your rate? What are you thinking? What is, you're the freelancers. Tell me what your rate is for the job.
What's your budget?
We're talking to one of the heads of Arasaka, so like...
You're talking to a lieutenant of
right?
Hanaka.
Yeah, so that still, it's good. With I don't know, out of character, did Medusa, since she's here, did she
Medusa,
have an idea about this?
Medusa, yeah, if that's, you can say that in
I mean,
character. Say Medusa
Mr.
negotiates for us, you can say
out.
that. Medusa
Mr. Friend will throw a big number out, but...
Okay. Yeah,
30,000 a person.
30,000 a person. 30,000 a person.
We're going into space, risking our lives against completely unknown odds.
It's very expensive to send you to space. To risk
It
your life
is,
against
and it's
unknown
also going to be
odds.
expensive to get our services to help you do what you need done.
30,000 is a very large sum of money each.
Yes, it is.
It's just
But
going
you
to take
want
a long...
results, right?
Roll persuade.
Okay. Yes, sir. Now I roll persuade.
Get it. Get
What
it.
did 30,000
Get
buy?
it. Get it, friend.
I doubt. This is the 13. This guy's going to be way smoother than me. Yeah, 29. I'm not getting 30,000.
30,000 in cash is steep. It's not so much that we can't afford it. I would never try to convince you otherwise. However, you must understand that I am an agent of my liege, and I must secure the best possible deal for my liege. And if, frankly, you
And
want
what's your
$30,000,
counter
you are
then?
here on a single recommendation. We could hire another crew for less. And
In the
market will
same
dictate.
time frame that you need to? Because I seem to understand that this is...
This is Lashana's idea. Lashana LaShawn Tachibana reached out to her friend Zero and brought him on. We have others on standby who can be
Fair
called
enough. So, what would be your counteroffer? What would your liege consider a fair price?
10,000 a head plus expenses.
I look at the others.
Branton nods to Mr.
10,000.
Friend and puts his finger up as a
All right.
As a what? What does that mean?
Interjecting.
Yeah, just
If I may, sir.
Pardon me.
fire off. I mean, I don't think you need to interject that way.
Well,
This is your territory.
yeah, the floor. Let's just say we're willing to negotiate, and we're not only hip to the idea of the money idea. While nice, there are some other things that could help us out. Maybe a hopeful get out of jail free card, if you will, from the Arasaka Corporation.
Arasaka is a very limited field of influence. I think that you would find that to be a poor deal for you, as we have very little influence even here in Japan.
Well, we all know that that's just not true. You have a lot of power. And what I'm asking for, in addition to the money that Mr. Friend is asking for, is when we call on you, you show up, you back us up, and you help us out. Extra muscle, something that we can count on.
How about this? If you return this file, if you are successful in your mission to secure this file and return it to its rightful owners, I would consider it a very personal favor, and that you would be my friend. And I will always look out for the best interests of my friends.
I'm a friendly type. I like that idea.
Clever. Very clever.
I do love friends, but I don't know.
Look at.
20,000 in friendship.
10,000.
I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna look over.
Roll
let's-
persuade, Brandon.
Yeah, that was good. Slip that in, man. 20,000 in friendship.
This is when, like, I'm standing next to Cassandra, like, shoulder to shoulder, just, like, eating some noodles while these two are going at it, and just think, like, did he say 20? Like, that is a ridiculous amount of money.
Yes. I whispered.
What am I going to do with all that?
Sorry. Hold on.
It's okay. Cassandra, your agent is ringing. You're getting messages from Sarah. She needs to see you today.
Hey, who's Sarah?
Sarah's my upline
22.
in the cult, right?
Yeah. Oh shit, you did.
Oh, beats the 21. For those who aren't good at math, that's one more. Ooh.
Brenton for the win.
Oh, yeah.
I rolled a fucking 2.
Guess what we're getting paid, Greg?
This is great.
Money. Come on, Billy Idol, let's do it.
20,000. I will pay you each 3,000 today. The remainder on delivery. And always my deep and abiding friendship.
I like these terms. Branton, good job.
I'm sorry. Was that 20,000 each?
Yeah, man.
You could buy a gyrocopter with that much money.
I mean, that's what you can do with that money. Sure, Zero.
Hey, how much?
It seems inappropriate for me to observe the rest of this conversation.
Yeah, this has been good.
Thank you, sir.
Nice meeting you.
I can't believe he bought it.
What a fool!
The data link turns off.
Holy shit, guys! Holy shit! Vanessa starts like freaking out, like totally like.
Rabbit.
What?
We
Like-
have to live. We have to make it through this to enjoy the 20,000. You get that, right?
How many? Oh my god! Like, how much is an apartment in like a nice area, Greg?
Honestly, 20 grand goes a lot less far than you're thinking it does.
Yeah, I mean,
For the rabbit who is like young,
It literally buys a gyrocopter.
it literally buys a gyrocopter.
you can buy it. I thought
you
you were
fly
just
a
doing that for the Mad
gyrocopter?
Max joke, but that's fantastic.
Oh, it's on page 191.
But could you fly one? Do you
I
have?
love you, Ant.
Doesn't matter. You have it. I don't
Oh my
want to.
God.
I don't want to drive the yachts. I just want to have it.
So, guys, we've been doing this for. We've been up for 2 hours. Let's take a bio, and we'll be
thank
back
you.
with more. Guys, I have got to push the commercial button. I got to do that. But real quickly too, I wanted to just maybe you know what? I'll save that for when we come back. I'll do a quickie housekeeping when we come back. But I'm going to run an ad right now. Run multiplayer ad. What the hell is that?
What?
All right,
Everyone gets a different ad.
Jeff needs more money. Get Jeff more money.
all right. I'm going to run a. I'm going to run
Yeah.
a multiplayer ad. I don't know
We
what that
have
means.
to-
It used to say run 60-second ad. Now it says run multiplayer ad.
Yeah.
We're going to take a
Jeff
bio break.
Bezos
We will be
is,
right back. Please stand by. Please don't disappear. We will be right back. We've got at least 2 more hours. We got 2 more hours of this. I can't say at least 2 more hours because they want to go to bed at 1. But we got 2 more hours of this. And so stay right there. Barco, I'm so sorry that you're leaving. Bob, I don't expect it to be much more than 5 minutes. I mean, I'm not the only person who disappeared. You know what? I'll come back as soon as I'm back in the chair, whether everybody else is ready or not. And we'll just talk about the game and the setting, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Be right back.
BLB.
Stay tuned. Same Cyberpunk time, same Cyberpunk channel. Be right back. Sorry about that. So I'm back. I gotta clean that fridge. Everything that goes in that fridge stinks. I'm opening a beer. This is one of my Lost Abbeys. This is Ghosts in the Forest, oak aged wild ale. Very exciting. I like these. Artistic Simplicity, how do you do? Do I have a all Greg in close up kind of thing? I do. I can switch to this scene. Yeah, I'll just do this scene for now. When they come back, we'll patch them back in. Oh, God. It's been a great stream so far, guys. Thank you so much. I want to acknowledge, by the way, I feel like I should have done that before, but I try to really focus on the actual show and not get up there too much. But let's talk here. I mean, what have we got going on? Gifters. Hammer Spaceman, 25 gifted subscribers so far in the last 5 days. A lot of them were tonight. Thank you so much, Hammer Spaceman. It's insane. Some dude, Tempest is 10. Dented Vigor, 5. Dave with 2. Bob's got in there. I mean, thank you guys so much. It really does matter. I mean, there's been a lot of cheering as well from Super Junior 24K, Rory, Artistic Simplicity, Gummy Berry Juice, which is great. I love that. Metalhead 2177, Bark of Memes has been cheering. Everybody's cheering. This is very good. Thanks for asking, Bob. It's a great baby. She is, although tonight I got the stink eye from the missus when I went upstairs there because she's not doing such a good job of sleeping. But that happens to me sometimes. Sometimes, when I get the stink eye. And I'm just going to let the folks, players who are slowly pouring back in, I'm just going to stay here and be live until everybody's back, and then we'll patch you guys all back in. So, take your time. Babies don't sleep well sometimes? Damn. Now you tell me. So, a couple of things. One,
Whoa, cheering of the bits, thank you. I don't know why I'm hearing that. I don't want to hear it. I keep hearing that in my headphones. I gotta sort that out. It's making me crazy, but it's nice that you're doing it. So, woo, this is a little sour. It's got some real nose on it. You guys like that in the mic? Ooh, beer ASMR? Ooh, I like that. It's very tart, citrusy. I remember that beer. I'm drinking a Lost Abbey Ghosts in the Forest Oak-Aged Wild Ale. They make really nice things. So what we're talking about is, I think I'm going to create a network. I think I'm going to create a Twitch team. A Twitch team, I think, is a possibility that we're going to make now. And we're going to get Mr. David, Ari David, and Mr. Ari Rubin on there. And no, they can't. You guys aren't in the show right now. I'll bring you guys in if you guys want to come in, I can bring you in now. Okay, then you sit tight and do that. A Twitch streaming universe. Everybody wants it to be called the GSU. I hate that. You know, one of my rules is that I have to be comfortable saying the name of something. Like, welcome to the Greg streaming universe sounds really dickish. I mean, I think HTD network or something feels better for me. I don't know. I don't have. Whoa, a bunch of numbers is jumping in the gifted sub names. Holy shit. I do like this. It's very lemony. I'll run a poll. I'll do it as a poll. I'm not promising I'm going to honor the results of this poll, but I will make this poll. New poll. You've got 2 minutes. Streaming. Can I pronounce GSU as Jizza? I guess nobody knows what the Wu-Tang Clan, but that's fine. The Resurrected. They can't hear you. No. He's just yelling at me. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a... Faint conversations and sirens are coming... Oh, you know what? You might be hearing... You might be hearing my headphones.
That would be the Discord, right? It's Discord.
It's making me
Now I
crazy.
hear myself.
This is the sound. This. They never stop talking. You can hear them.
Greg, look. We're winning.
I'm probably... Yeah. All right, sure. Oh, really? Wow. I'm really shocked by that. Jesus. I really expected it to be the I thought I was going to be stuck with the GSU. I'm surprised by that. And I took bits out. I just wanted it to be straight votes. Damn. Well, that's sort of been my plan for a while. Sorry, I should just bring you guys in. I'm bringing the players back in because you guys are talking to me and I'm talking to ghosts. And so Ant was just saying that, like, what it does is, like, you can erase the acronym. Like, HTD becomes meaningless. It's just HTD. And that was sort of my thinking, like, well, if I go with GSU, I guess it could be that. It could just be GSU, and it means nothing.
But it looks like we've been overruled, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everyone who watches my stream that's been calling it GSU forever. We lost.
Greg's
the fight.
What does SU mean? Streaming universe?
Streaming universe. It's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. It's the GSU. That's the joke.
All right.
Look, unlike
Greg
our
not like
president, I will concede defeat.
Start a riot.
Hang on a second, guys. I'm going to try something.
Greg, how are those things going? Oh, you're switching over.
sadly, I will concede defeat. I don't want to, but I will.
Yeah, so it would be
Network,
like-
it is
like
Fine.
KFC and MTV and all those other letters that don't mean anything anymore. But it's everyone's goal to ultimately just become meaningless.
Faceless name in the
Does
crowd.
Greg not like GSU?
No, he hates it. He hates it. He thinks it's dumb. I think it's
The
hysterical.
HTD
But what do
network?
I know? All I know is that I'm riding
HTN?
Greg's coattails right to the middle. Thank you, Master.
Oh man,
Master Greg.
I just.
He can't
ate
hear me
so
now, but
much-
I've been.
you guys talk
Thank
for
you,
me?
Master.
I just ate so much
I
mushu.
gotta fix that. Give me
Oh
one
my
second,
god,
guys.
dude! I just
can't
housed
hear
a
you.
donut too
I'm
hard,
trying to do
and
something
like,
here. It's silly of me to
holy
fucking
shit.
do this, but whatever.
Did you house a donut so hard it turned your camera off?
did it? No, my camera's on. Can
Oh,
you
are
see
we?
me?
Are we live?
We're
Yeah,
live?
we've been live. Yeah.
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 Big Brother's always watching.
Oh,
Now they
wow.
know what
I
we
didn't
do
know
in these
that.
breaks. We just eat as fast as we can.
Oh, I just ate so much mushu. And they didn't give me the plum sauce.
Oh,
Like, what's mushu without the plum sauce? I don't even know.
You're
I
gonna
wanna-
have to send Ruth over there to go have a conversation with him.
Have you come across this during the pandemic quarantine thing? Have you come like sometimes you just want to let the rage out on like a customer service person because like the business is just making terrible decisions, and then you're like, wait, no, this is like a terrible time for everybody. I should.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that, buddy.
We installed a scream pit in the basement. So what you do is there's like you know like it's not dangerous at all because like there's like a door
Yeah.
that covers it up, but like you open the door and it's not like especially deep, but it's big enough to fit your head in. You just stick your head in and you just like scream into a pit, and it actually helps a lot.
Wow. So that's how your marriage works. Cool.
I think that's how every marriage works.
I just live in New York. We're all screaming obscenities all the time. Nobody gives a shit if you shout.
But do you
I
have
hear
a
people
pit?
yelling 100% of the time.
Yeah, your
I
pit
just
is
shout
just
out my
the alley
window,
between the
"Fuck all of
buildings.
you."
But this way you could just let it all out without
Yeah.
disturbing the neighbors.
The breaking room. I tried to explain to my
neighbors.
wife not too long ago about like going out in the woods and breaking bottles to like relieve stress. Did you
Now
guys
we're
ever
getting
do that?
into It's
when you were a
Always Sunny
kid?
in Philadelphia territory. Charlie's got to go find his angry room where he breaks bottles.
I heard that I've been reading a book about cognitive dissonance, and one of the things that they talk about is how
My favorite term.
like how being like doing angry things like that does not actually make things better. It just makes you better at being angry,
That makes sense.
and it makes it easier.
What I
Practicing your
talk to my strength
screams.
about all the time is like the fact that I don't get angry. I'm not good at being angry.
Right. So like if you were to just like let it all out and just like, break stuff, then you would start getting really good at breaking stuff. It would just be easier and easier and more like natural for you to just break stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a nice boy before I moved to New York, but now I carry a switchblade everywhere I go.
That is a
not
really
true.
wonderful
That's
part
not
of
Every
living
person-
in New York City.
And
been
every person you
beautiful.
shank makes it easier to shank the next one.
Yeah, well, you got to get your shanking in. There's a quota.
New York's ability to like allow you to be angry publicly and to like put
It's
it out on
beautiful.
somebody, it's really
beautiful.
wonderful.
It is.
It's like a really great thing that doesn't exist
Cathartic.
in the suburbs.
People are like, New Yorkers are angry. I'm like, nah, we're just honest. We just let
Yeah.
the anger that everybody in the suburbs represses, we just let it out.
Yeah, I
Like,
feel
All that
like
happens.
Like
I've been to quite a few cities, and like New Yorkers are not any more rude than anyone in any big city on the planet, except for Tokyo. In that, like New Yorkers, like anyone in any other big city, they don't have time for any of your bullshit. But you know what?
Exactly it. Yeah.
Like Nobody in London has time for your bullshit. Nobody in Paris has time for your bullshit. Nobody in Venice has time for your bullshit. Nobody nobody anywhere except for Tokyo has time for your bullshit. And even Tokyo, they just kind of like look the other way. They like pretend you're not there.
They're so polite there.
I mean,
I've come to the conclusion that a lot of places, though, that we think of as polite are actually just passive aggressive.
I would agree.
yeah,
I would agree.
yeah.
And there's no such thing as passive aggressive in New York.
It's just
You know
aggressive.
what you're getting. There's nothing
Absolutely.
hidden.
Yeah.
It's much
Just
simpler.
aggressive. Yeah.
That fuck
Yeah.
you pal is coming right from the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like in Japan, just like nobody wants anything to do with you. Like, and they make no illusions about that. They're like, oh, what, more white people?
Hakujin. That is white dude in Japanese.
I don't know, man. That whole New York vibe, I feel like, is very refreshing because it's very rare that people are like legit honest with you. And
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I am
The
actually.
reason
doing
I've been living here since I was 18.
Yeah.
I love this city. And I know I pay way too much for way too little of space.
Okay.
Even in a pandemic, I still like being here in New York.
Yeah.
All right. So what I've just done is kind of gotten these in-ear monitors working so that I don't have to wear heavy headphones and I can have my head out. And
Wow, get your head out, Greg.
Get that head out.
Get that head out.
hey, listen, guys, it's better for me. We're gonna try it out.
Whoa,
So,
and you're doing the collar. What a guy. You said you weren't
What
going to
a-
do it tonight.
What a real guy.
I'm a real guy. I'm a real guy. Okay.
Is
so-
this still part of our 5 minutes?
Yeah, it's been a long one. So sorry about that.
I think we've been back. We just haven't been playing Cyberpunk.
No,
If
we
they can
haven't-
see us, we're not on
okay.
a break.
Yeah. This is a technicality. It's okay. This is a loophole.
I feel like
We're
everybody's got.
back.
I feel like everybody's got the ready LEDs going.
Well, I
on.
think that people don't understand that. Like, there's a lot of things I have to do. In, like, sometimes those long breaks. It's like, guys, I'm doing a lot of work behind the scenes here to make the show run. So sometimes that 5 minutes is longer because I got to do stuff.
Greg needs an intern.
I do, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Who
wouldn't
lives
do an intern for various reasons because I don't believe in not paying people. But
I mean, you can
Well,
pay
but we
someone.
have to pay interns now. There's like laws and shit.
College credit, Greg.
college credit.
Get some
You
school
could just-
visual arts kid.
Make them
live
work
at
on
your house.
a mile-long ship.
Yeah,
joke.
Greg,
Unpaid paid
interning
assistant.
has changed since we interned. They like have to get paid now.
oh, do they have to get paid?
Yeah. When I was working at the Wendy's show, all the interns were paid.
Yeah,
Well, that's
unless
good to
they're not doing any work at all. If you have them doing any level of actual work for your company.
I would. I think if I wasn't under pandemic conditions, I would actually consider like, and this is really bougie, but like a personal assistant. I think that I think that would happen. Or some
I
kind
don't
of
think that's
assistant.
bougie. That's
No.
just it's
Speaking
you
of personal,
can't call it a
I
personal
think it
assistant.
means you've
Like,
arrived, Greg.
And you're at that level now.
I mean,
you
you
would
can
just
call
have
them
to
like
call
a.
them-
them use, and they'll get paid for it.
You can
You
call them a
watch
minion
Veep?
if you prefer.
Have you ever seen Veep, Greg? You need a Gary.
I never saw it.
Gary,
You need a Gary. You need
never saw
Tony
Veep.
Hale with a bag carrying your power bar.
speaking of personal assistants, I am going to I'm going to bring us back to the game, and I'm
wait,
going to
What?
instruct my agent that I want to know everything I can that may have been published in a Scream sheet or the Garden about this floating villa,
Great.
orbiting villa.
Okay.
So
we'll come-
I'm sure I'll give my agent some time to do this, but I want to know everything has been published about it. I don't care if it's like a fluff piece in whatever the futuristic equivalent of like Us magazine is. I want to know about it.
Okay. We'll come back to that in a little bit. So do you guys have? I'm trying to figure out. Like, are you ready to plan your insertion into the villa at this point? I mean, they'll work with you on that, or do you guys need to go back and do more research on all of, like, the
I
articles
don't
about
need
the
to
villa?
do research. I do just need to clarify a certain thing, a couple of things that I'm like leaving, because obviously I have a proximity trigger on my on my bomb. So I'm going to give it, like, I don't know, a 48-hour window. If I'm not back on Earth within 48 hours, kaboom.
Well, you probably will be gone more than 48 hours, actually.
Okay, then longer than that. I don't know.
Last week you had said that you were probably going to bring it with you.
Oh, then that's probably what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Not the bomb, though.
Oh, I was
The
gonna
bomb
say,
stays in the apartment.
What
how
if you
you-
leave the bomb at the villa?
But the bomb is kind of like really important for me to stay alive. So the bomb kind of, I need it to be ready to blow up my AI. But yes, I'm bringing the AI with me into space. It's part
On
of
a
my luggage.
flight.
Okay.
How do we
that's
keep it
actually a
safe?
really good idea. I wonder if
What?
I can bring it on the run. Because
Wait.
I'm going to be in an Arasaka mainframe, I can try to connect it and see if it can learn something about itself.
I don't know, man. That sounds really dangerous.
Where is this conversation
We're
happening?
already doing something dangerous. Everything we've been doing
In
since we
private.
met is
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah, I just want to know, where is this conversation happening?
So I have to go.
In front of people who shouldn't hear it, obviously.
No, yeah.
We should assume we were like back in the car or
Yeah,
something.
this is us on the drive back.
Yeah, I need to be dropped off so I can do some shopping. I got some guns and stuff to buy.
Mr. Friend needs the bomb to clear his browser history.
It's true. I do. You don't want to know what I've been looking at.
You guys should all roll for me. Everybody should roll. Sorry, what's that skill?
You tell me, pal.
I know. I guess it's perception.
Yes. Human perception?
No,
Or no, that's
straight-
insight.
straight
in D&D
perception.
terms, straight perception.
I got a 19.
I got a 29.
DV is 20.
I got a 13.
I did not.
I got a 12.
Rabbit.
No, I got a 15. You got
I got a 13.
Yeah.
You guys are in
Again.
that car that Medusa had stolen, that 6-wheeled luxury sedan,
Nice.
and you're cruising through the hot zone. Amongst some ruins, your spider sense starts tingling as you guys are rolling down this craggy,
Peter
pockmarked, cratered fucking street where there's like concrete rubble everywhere, and like the burned out husks of old Arasaka and Militech tanks are there, and there's a crashed AV6 over there. You get the sense that you're being watched, and you kind of crane your head around in the car, and you're quite certain, actually, that you see, just ducking behind some rubble so as to not be seen, somebody. It's nothing more than that. It's just a fleeting moment that there's probably some kind of street rats, or your feeling is that this is some local booster gang that's just sort of got their eye on you here for some reason.
My head. In Rabbit's head, she immediately goes to Alfie, that street ninja.
Yeah.
Whether it is or not, she's gonna roll down the window and like hang her head out and just start yelling like, "Alfie, call me sometime."
What the fuck?
I don't know. It's
Not
it's
again.
Hey, with a face like this, what's the girl gonna do?
You gotta get rid of them. I know you're good at that sort of thing.
But you never get rid of somebody who might be useful, Cassandra.
You're learning.
Or am I teaching? Huh?
Oh.
I'm gonna say learning.
Yeah, the rabbit just kicks back in the car, just like, maybe. We'll see. I'm gonna keep my eye on the spot, Greg, and
Yeah.
as I kind of flows by. Did I get any glimpse of like what they were wearing or like what it might like any sort of like notable markings, anything like that?
Yeah, like they were you're grubby, like grubby, filthy red is what you got a glimpse of.
Grubby, filthy red.
Clothing, right?
Yes, like a red jacket.
Do we know? Are there any?
Yeah, do you guys
booster
know
gangs that are?
gangs that wear like a red jacket? Kind of like a rotten tomato kind of look. No?
Well, it ain't the Bronze, and it ain't South Steel.
Zero would know.
Yeah, it's nobody we've dealt
Yeah,
with.
I know everyone who's around, right? Do you want me to make a check for this?
Yeah, this is a job for our street scrab.
Okay.
Especially after that listicle you wrote of worst gangs in the city.
That did happen, didn't it?
The list of people who are going to try to shoot me.
How do I make enemies?
So is that a streetwise?
Yeah, we streetwise. It would actually, in his case, you could roll rumors.
Is
your-
that under awareness? No.
It would actually be your ability. It's you have a rank 4 in it, and I'll tell you.
But that's not in my stat setup.
So you are running the active difficulty values. When a media is actively looking for a rumor like this, they roll appropriate stat plus relevant skill against the active column. So it would be it would be streetwise, and whatever the skill is for you just roll streetwise.
Okay, so let me
That's how it
check
works.
over here. Streetwise is I don't think it's my best skill. It's not bad. Let's say social skill.
Correct.
All right, control. You gotta alphabetize these things. All right, so
What? 10. Yeah, you got nothing.
Hey, can we all roll that too? Just see if it sparks like.
I mean, the rumor table that I'm rolling against is a specific thing that media has.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I don't know, guys. Like lots of people wear red.
Good job, Zero. Good job.
Wait, informative. Thank you. Well, let's
Greg,
just-
would
So,
I know?
if we pull
of
this
these
job
people?
off, what do you think your odds are
Brandon,
with
you wouldn't.
what's her face?
well, let's just keep our eyes open.
So
You talking to me?
Yeah,
Man, it's not about that. This is like a life or death thing.
right.
You painted yourself blue and have glowing hair, and that's something you haven't done before.
Right, and you did it before we met with her.
You smell really nice for a change.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Cologne?
Wait a minute.
Hey,
I'm just
oh,
saying,
it's your thing.
you don't seem like the makeover type, and all of a
This is not
sudden,
a makeover.
It looks kind of like a makeover.
Rabbit just reaches over and just pats Zero on the thigh, or like on the knee, and it's just like, "It's all right, man. I think you look great.
Oh.
You're doing good." And she just gives him like a thumbs up and a wink.
You're also 14.
I'm rolling my eyes at Mr. Friend. Like we
yeah.
know. We
Yeah,
know.
we're in on it. We're on the same joke.
that's great. You know what? I just remembered something that I wanted to talk about during housekeeping before.
Oh, sure. Yes,
I'm
sir.
dropping a link right now. So I am learning how Twitch works, and one of the things I learned is that there are collections, and so I built a collection for this show, and actually for all of the shows that I do on Twitch. So if you ever wanted to like find all of the Cyberpunk RED streams that go back 60 days, you can use the collection that I just dropped. There are other collections
Have you
there. Also-
transferred the older ones to YouTube, or are they gone into the ether?
No, they go to HTD too. They do.
Okay, so are they there yet, or
It should be. That's Meredith's job. She should be doing that.
okay? I'll yell at Meredith later.
Yeah,
I won't yell at her 'cause
we're
she's
working
very
on this
nice.
whole system. We're working on this whole system. So there's a bunch of playlists over there now, and as I keep things updated, they will continue to be updated. I'm trying to find out ways to brand each show on this channel.
Yeah,
in
that's
its
what you
own
got to
way.
do, man.
But the Twitch is not set up that way. Anyway, this is very.
I know, but I created collections too. I got Destined for Failure. I got Halo. Is it me you're looking for? Which is the name of my Halo stream.
I like that. That's good.
Oh.
Master.
Alternatively, we call it Circles because there's a lot of circles in Halo.
For sure.
But
It's all about the
Halo,
circles.
Halo, is it me you're looking for?
It's all about the circles in Halo.
I have
really.
9 followers now. I should
Nice, man.
should I
You
stream
should start
something?
streaming. You're part of the
9 is pretty
HTD
good.
network.
Nine is like a
That's
lot of
almost double
followers.
digits. Why is
Yeah.
anyone following me?
I mean, what do I have? I have.
You're a cool guy, dude.
I've done
I mean, we have
nothing.
like 9's good. Like you could have 48,000 like me. I mean, 9's a great place to start. But
Yeah, that's only 4 more than Greg. That's only
Somebody
4.
brought out the measuring stick.
This is like your job.
Wait, where do you find out how many followers you have?
Go to your channel.
I didn't
Are
even
people
know-
following you too?
Okay.
I noticed this 'cause, like I got like an alert that said I had 2 followers the other day,
Everyone
and
keep following Ant just to drive him crazy.
and I was like, why is anyone following me? And I mentioned it, and then like all of a sudden I got more followers.
Also follow me.
Hold on.
All right.
Oh yeah, follow
I
Ari.
actually
He
stream
actually
stuff.
wants followers. Anyway,
Yeah.
I have
thank
one.
you, John Reyes. So, Cassandra, I think we should do your meeting with Sarah right now.
All right.
Unless, does the party have anything that they're going to? Is everybody kind of going their separate ways to make
Yeah,
preparations?
I think we're splitting up.
Shopping spree.
Shopping spree. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Cassandra, you Sarah meets you in that park that she met you in previously. It's kind of a community garden / park. It's a beautiful place. It's still August. The trees are green that are there. There's a lot of construction going on. It's noisy. It's downtown, but it's a nice little park. And she sits down. She has her tea. She has her like green tea that she always drinks. And you're sitting at a little table there. And she is in a good mood. She's in a great mood. She says, so, okay. 1, your numbers have been great. Very much improved. No complaints here from me. We could see a little bit more. I'd like to see you in more classes. I'm coming to that now, though, because I was at a meeting yesterday with Semitem. Semitem, by the way, is the head of the Children of the Dusk. And he mentioned you by name. He thinks that he wants you for sorry, my notes are a mess. A&I. He wants you for A&I think. I think he's got you pegged as A&I material. And I want that for you. I want to see you in A&I. Because that's really where things are happening, Cassandra. I mean, that's where it's happening. There are wheels turning and projects in motion, and it's a huge step, and for him to mention you like that, I think that's a big deal. And that's why I think that if you could be in a couple more classes a week, we would be able to, I think we can make that happen for you. And I'm not, I think that you want that, right? Like you want to take that next step, and you're committed to the cause.
Of course. Of course. I mean, as you've seen, I've been more active in spreading the word in areas that maybe haven't been reached in the past. I'm certainly devoted to the cause. And just off topic, what is A&I?
Accelerated Nihilism Incorporated. It's the more active arm of the Children of the Dusk.
All right, and and I've said it before to you that getting more involved in work that suits my particular expertise has really been a dream of mine for quite a while. Are there particular classes that you think would be most helpful in my journey?
Yeah, I think that if you were taking a couple of T3s a week, that'd be great. If you could get into one or two T3s, and if you could recenter yourself on a accepting your fate, kind of a basic. I think it would be good also for some of the other instructors and in additionally the new students to see you there, to see how it's always good to go back to the well. I would love to see that happen for you. And I know if your name is on his lips, I mean, it's just so good for me as well. I mean, I'm not going to lie that this is not purely altruistic. To have someone, to have one of my girls up in A&I would just be an actual dream of mine. I have no idea what you did to get on his radar, I should say, by the way. I mean, your numbers are good, but whoa. Very impressive. So I would just love to see that happen for you. I mean, and for us, for all of us, right? So can I get a commitment from you? Can you get into 2 more T3 classes a week and audit accepting your fate, a one-on-one?
I'm going to roll for perception. I want to see if she's lying.
Sure.
Human perception, right?
It is human perception. Thank you for correcting.
Is that separate? Human perception.
Yeah, it's like insight versus perception in D&D.
Okay.
Human perception is under social.
So my regular perception was higher. So my human perception, I got a 14.
She's not lying.
Okay.
I think that I would assume that you're quite thrilled by this news.
Yes. Cassandra, Cassandra's not super big on sales. I think it's obvious Cassandra's not super charming or convincing in general, but she does really believe in the work and the cause of the Children of the Dusk. And she knows that A&I is where her talents would really shine, being a weapons tech and
accelerated nihilism
enthusiastic. Yes. So I ask, the class to audit, which one did you say?
Accepting your fate.
Accepting your fate. All right.
It's 11:30 a.m. on Tuesdays if you take mine.
What day of the week is it in our in-game calendar?
It's currently Tuesday, actually.
Okay.
I ran it earlier this morning.
Okay. So I would say, all right, so the first class would be next week. I have some unavoidable engagements that may take a few days
Okay.
coming up.
Okay.
But if the first class is next Tuesday. Yeah. It's something I'm already familiar with.
You can work the material in your, even when you're away from the class, you take the class with you. So, yeah. Always with you.
All right. And
but yeah, if you could start after that, that'd be great.
I usually try to learn new things, so I'm not used to auditing a class. How much should I be donating?
Oh, the class, it's $75 a session.
All right.
And then the 2 T3s, if you could do 2 T3s a week, that would be great. Those are a little bit pricier at $1.25 a session, and I think that Tim runs one on Thursday nights at 7:30, and Freese runs another one on Saturdays in the mornings. Those are just, I mean, there's a lot of T3s you could take, you know, Terminus level 3. I mean, I know you've taken it. I mean, I know you've taught it. I just think it'd be good for you to be in classrooms. I just think at this time, right now, that's how we increase your exposure to Semitem, and we make sure that, you know, he sees your name a lot and that he doesn't forget that he said nice things about you, because we want to make sure that you get the invite. I really need you. I really want you to get into ANI. I want to see that happen for us, for you.
All right. Well, I can commit to the Tuesday class. And the T3.
Two of them.
Two of them.
Yes.
Would be excellent. If I start with one, I don't want to start one and drop out. Is my concern?
Well, we don't want that. Oh my God. No,
right. You understand how bad that would be.
That would be a catastrophe.
I want to make sure I don't accidentally overextend myself and look foolish.
What about, can you do 1 T3 in a newsletter?
Yes.
And
yes, I can do that.
I hate to. And is there any chance you can
And
not?
that was the loudest drink I've ever heard.
Don't ever
in my
do
life.
that in my ears again. I will kill you. I will break quarantine, come to your house, and hurt you.
And this is Ant's show This is his last show. He's fired now.
Now
Usually
I'm
it's
fired.
me. Usually I'm the one that gets fired, but tonight it's Ant.
I suspect that it's 1,000 times worse because of the in-ears that I'm wearing. It's just like there's no bass in these at all. It's just like hi-hats, super super duper, just only everything 15,000 kilohertz and above, and that's it. Nothing else. Very loud high frequencies. Okay. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So could you do the? Well, listen. We put out a weekly newsletter. Kind of listening to classes, and you know it's got a who's who in it, stuff like that. Maybe you could do one class plus the audit and the newsletter.
I think that could work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that could work. All right. So the Thursday class, I'm just marking my calendar here for one.
How quaint! You have a calendar. That's adorable.
Well, figure of speech.
Sure.
All right. I've committed then Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
And the
great.
newsletter.
And
now,
the
what
newsletter.
exactly would you like me to do for the newsletter? Are you asking?
Write it. Yeah. I had an intern who was working on it. They're not going to be with us anymore. If you could just take over the newsletter, that'd be great.
Yikes.
So, weekly newsletter?
Yeah.
Are you looking for authors to contribute to the newsletter?
It'll be yours. Right now, it's 8 pages. It is... yeah, it's 8 pages. There's a section of who's. There's, welcome section, obit section. There's generally sort of a member of the week kind of thing with what's going on about town and what they're up to. There is, of course, the class listing, which shifts a lot. And Semitem's thoughts for the future, which, are, of course, in many volumes, and you can just pull something relevant based on, the weekly news or whatever, and just stick that in there.
So, ah,
You should just
How-
palm this all zero.
I'm
That's
hearing a lot of
Yeah.
hesitation here, and I mean, I feel like this hesitation that I'm sensing, that I'm detecting, it's honestly, it concerns me. Are you two thinking?
I am just this is outside my usual sort of work, and I worry that the learning curve. I'm afraid. I'm afraid, and maybe there's a class that could help me with that.
Well, embracing your fate, which you're going to audit, is exactly about just like letting go of your attachments to, all physical things, including success. As you know, you've taken this class. I think that honestly, you should not be afraid. Don't be afraid. I mean, we embrace our fate. And if your fate is to be terrible at writing a newsletter, then that is your fate. You should not fear it. You need to embrace it. For your sake, I hope that you're excellent at writing a newsletter. But watch that too, thinking. I think you should do some exercises on that tonight.
Thank you. All right. So 8 pages, including Semtex writings
Yes.
and the Night City obituaries.
No. Just no.
Well,
No, just our obits. Just the
right.
obits
Of
for
course.
the children of the dusk.
What I mean
Yeah.
is the local obituaries
Yes.
of,
Okay,
of
fair enough,
the children of the dusk. Yes, of course.
And also the new members.
And the new
welcomings
members,
and
of
the
course.
renewals. And and sort of
Class
find
listings.
somebody to feature. A feature once a week on somebody about how are they furthering the cause and staying on track and avoiding double thought and staying pure, all of those things. Just find somebody like sort of a member of the week. That'd be great.
All right. Well, it would certainly give me a chance to get to know some of the other members more than
Yes.
I had. It's certainly outside of my usual comfort zone, but perhaps getting to know my brethren is something I need to do. I'll do it.
Certainly is excellent. That's what I like to hear. I love it. You're my favorite. Watch that too, think. And you are you're the best. You're the best. And we're gonna get you into A&I. I'm sure of it. I mean, you could not. My blood ran cold when Semitem brought you up and said, "But Cassandra, she's what we need. She's got fire. She's up to stuff." I couldn't believe it. So I think that this is huge opportunity. Awesome, fantastic. Death be with you.
Always.
Yes. And she turns her attention to her tea and immediately just begins ignoring you entirely.
And I just leave without saying anything.
It's perfect. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay.
Greg, I have a housekeeping issue to bring up here.
What is it?
The in-game calendar says it's Tuesday, the 21st of August, 2045.
Yes.
But has there been like some kind of like lunar event or whatever that would affect the length of the day on Earth in this universe? Because
Let's just say yes and move on.
all right.
Let's get into the lunar cycle of Cyberpunk, please.
How does the tidal flow affect Night City?
Actually, quite heavily, because Night City is very prone to flooding, and I'm not representing that nearly enough.
I did not mean to bring that up.
No, it's true though. It's like it's all over the core book. Is that like there's like tables to roll, like to find out, like, is that neighborhood flooded when you show up? Who knows? So, okay. This whole thing kind of happens on your schedule. You guys are all kind of committed to getting into orbit in about a week. Where do we go from here? It sounds like everybody's sort of, Zero, you had plans to dig up information, do recon on the floating villa.
Hey, Greg, can I bum your time really quick?
That's acceptable. That's my job.
Okay, if I get a grenade launcher, EMP grenades are $500 each.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you start getting into really exotic stuff, man, it's expensive. And then also, all that stuff too, like, we have to roll to see if you're even able to find this stuff. I'm just trying to,
put myself in the right headspace of what I'm going to buy. Now, armor-piercing rounds, 100 EB.
10.
For 10 rounds. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that with that kind of, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if that's in the book or not, but it was clarified in a Discord that I was in with Jay Gray that it's those particular bullets are sold in blocks of 10.
Okay, I'm good. Thank you.
Yep. And so I'm just looking at the thing here. Branton, we got you your vacation time. Do you have any business acquisitions? You guys you're all $3,000 richer after your meeting, by the way. You got your $3,000.
Oh yeah,
money.
Update my spreadsheet.
Yeah, you all got your $3,000 euro dollars advanced. So Branton, you're ready to go. You're not going to buy space clothes or.
I mean, should I buy space clothes? Is that important? Do I need to buy? Is it BYO?
I think that's
gear.
BYO space gear. So here's the thing, right? Like, you guys all defined what you're all pretty much wearing light armor, Jack, if I'm not mistaken. You all defined what article of clothing your light armor jack is contained in.
Yes.
And so if you plan on having a change of clothing, you would need to buy another set of armor because that armor is in that clothing. So that's a consideration going forward. I don't know. I mean, am I talking about a spacesuit? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think you need a spacesuit. I think that we can make sure that that's provided. They did mention, by the way, that expenses would be covered, right? Like the necessary expenses of travel. Cassandra, if you guys are looking to acquire new gear, let's make a list and we'll roll it to find and so forth. So I know the rabbit is up to that. Zero, we're going to come back to you, I think probably last. Mr. Friend, what is your, let's say we have also too, guys, it's Tuesday. Who's handling booking the flight? Are you guys offloading that to Medusa, or does one of you guys want to?
It's either Medusa or Branton, because he's the one with standards. It's going to be either we're going to let Medusa get us a chartered flight, or Brant's going to be like, no, I don't trust her. It's my.
I've never been to space, so I don't know what the hell's going on.
I've never been to. I would presume, if any of us had been to space, it would be.
I've never been.
Yeah, so
I've never been. I just know that
left orbit before.
Flying commercial does not sound appealing to my character. So, is there a way to take care of that, or do we just say we fly comfortably?
Yeah, I think we probably can. I think that we'll just say that it's been arranged. We'll have it be arranged. Yeah, that's a fair point. There's no need to play that out. Rumpa-dumpa-dump. All right, Zero.
Yo.
Here is what you find out. Give me just a second here.
Do you need me to make a roll or no?
I do need you to make a roll. That's a fair.
Is that a library search or something different?
How are you doing this? You just told your agent to collect information for
I told
you.
Yes, I did.
So what your agent produced for you is a large trove of locally sourced articles from the data pool.
Okay.
And scream sheet articles and so on and so forth. and Net 54 news pieces and stuff like that going back, honestly, decades.
I dive into it.
Yeah, and so yes, it would be library search, because what you have at your fingertips now is basically an unsorted library to parse.
That's an education. All right, are you ready for me to make a roll?
I am.
14. That is the worst I could have possibly done.
14 is not terrible though.
For me, it is.
Ooh.
So, the floating villa construction began on it in 2003. Shortly, 3 years after Crystal Palace construction began. It was built primarily by Arasaka engineers using Pan-African African crew as well. You know, labor construction workers. Basically, it was a job that they would hire people off of Crystal Palace to go and work on. Construction occurred over 3 years, so construction began in 2003. It was completed in 2006. It is actually a surprisingly large toroid. It is a donut, essentially, that is 0.8 kilometers in diameter. It's a big donut.
Is that like a mile?
No, it's significantly less than a mile.
Half a mile?
Kilometers. I'll do the math for you.
How much is that in furlongs?
Oh, I hate you. Oh, I hate you. 0.8. So it's about a half a mile in diameter. And we can, if someone wants to calculate pi on that, we can tell you exactly what the radius is. It's got width to it, and there's a house and grounds all built in a artificial gravity environment in the side of this donut. There is a glass roof on the inside so that you can look out into space. And also there are floor windows that look out into space as well in certain places. A lot of the material it was built out of was shipped up the mass drivers. Earth-based woods, fine antiques. I mean, it is a villa. It is a highly ornate Japanese villa built in traditional fashion in space inside of this toroid. It has a number of solar panels that extend off of a central gantry that runs down the length of the spine. The gantry also has a docking bay at one end that can be used by various crafts for either supplies or personnel. There's no gravity on the gantry as it is at the center of the toroid. But once you've transferred from that into any of the moving components, you begin to feel the pull of gravity. Overall, it does not generate a tremendous amount of gravity. It is reduced. Its gravity level is at 0.6, so approximately what the moon is like. Certainly enough for you to, stand on your feet and fall down and stuff like that. And there is a nuclear small fission reactor on board. A very safe one, requires almost no maintenance as a emergency backup power if anything should ever interrupt the solar panels. But solar is actually a very effective way of making power in space. That is the overview that you get on a 14. If you're looking for very specific information about it, tell me what you're looking for, and we'll set a difficulty value to find it.
I'm looking for information pertinent to our mission. So if there is any mention of security systems in any of these articles, or if there's any mention of why people were spending their time at the villa for perhaps were they going there recreationally? Were they going there for large events? How has the villa traditionally been used?
Yeah, you find
and how is it secured?
An interview in Times and Style with Yorinobu from 2012, in which Yorinobu is talking about how I spent a lot of time up there. It's beautiful. You can see the earth. The view is spectacular. It is a luxurious compound. Nobody can bother me because it's very difficult to reach me there. Chicks dig it. And he comes across as a kind of a playboy. I mean, this is an article that would have appeared in like Spin magazine or something, effectively, and just kind of like a Cribs thing. I combined Spin and MTV and weird references all at once there, and so just talks about some wild orgies we've been having up here. This is a good time. It's a good time. It's really, the synth coke hits a little different at 0.6G. Okay, let me just say that. And two, the chicks, I mean, everybody digs it. It's just, you're bouncing off the walls. You have these gardens. It's gorgeous. We have everything we want. Food, the swimming pool, comfortable environs, every form of entertainment known to man, the entire planet at my fingertips. I mean, what more could anybody want, That's sort of the gist of the article. The overall that you get and take away from it is that when it was built, at the very least, since it was built early, it was one of the earlier things built in permanent space base. Security was a concern, but not a tremendous concern. By virtue of being in orbit, it was regarded as being secure. Your knowledge of world events and history tells you that probably did not remain like the case for forever. Like that, it's probably been hardened since that time. Did I lose you?
We're still here.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why things went quiet. Why did everything go quiet?
I relay all of this to my colleagues.
Okay, very good.
We get this in like one long text message.
The longest test.
Or like if you're there, I'm like reading it off to you as I discover it. As I'm like shoving food in my mouth. Yeah, another thing I found out about this this guy did that there.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
if everybody's done, I mean, I guess we have to go to space now.
I mean, let's go to space.
Wait,
well,
somebody
I
was going
gotta-
shopping, right?
Okay, who's going?
I'm
Sean?
just gonna give you a list. I was doing it, all the stuff that I got. So, you tell me if I'm out of line here. I found you can get a grenade launcher for the underbelly of your rifle, which I'm gonna pop on there. I'm gonna get 2 EMP grenades, if that's okay, and 10 rounds of armor penetrating bullets for the rifle. And I'm gonna put a sniper scope on it too.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
I've got a question about exotic weapons.
Yeah. Well, we'll come to that in 1 second. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry.
What did you try to purchase again now for me? I'm so sorry.
So, grenade launcher underbelly for a rifle.
An underslung grenade launcher.
Yes.
To attach to your assault rifle?
No. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You have an assault rifle, right? Okay. That's a weapon modification.
Yeah.
Extended magazine, underslung. One wheel in 2 hands. The weapon is. It's an expensive 500. So roll streetwise.
Okay.
And I think...
For just that?
Yeah, we're going to roll for each thing.
All right. Streetwise, 16.
Yep, you find it. You find it at regular quality.
Cool.
It's a... you know what? I'm not going to be able to come up with the name of a brand for it off the top of my head. So it's a...
It's okay. I'll do it. I'll do it when we get together.
It's a Militech mini grenade launcher. That's what it is. All right,
Okay.
what was your next thing you were looking for?
Do you want to roll for the EMP grenades?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Those are fucking crazy weird.
I'm actually going to spend 2 luck on it, too. Can I do that?
You can. You can spend that on any luck you want.
So it'd be 16.
With a 16, you do find EMP ammunition. You find some EMP
Sweet.
grenades.
Okay.
EMP
And then-
ammunition. Wait a second. When using this ammunition, you deal no damage with your attack. Anyone hit by your attack must instead attempt to beat a DV-15 Cybertech check if they fail.
Yeah, because I'm thinking if we go up there and there's a lot of tech that we just need to bypass,
That's fair.
you just launch a EMP grenade in there and just shut down all the computer systems in the room.
That sounds like something that Mr. Friend would object to. Since his job.
EMPs?
Yes.
Yeah. Ixnay on the EMPs, please.
Oh, we can roleplay it.
Hold up.
Hang on.
Yeah, that's my response in character.
The rabbit just comes
Ixnay on the
skipping
EMPs.
back. She just comes skipping back with like all the bags. She's like, guys, you'll never believe what I got. And then
And I'm going to point out, hold up. What controls the life support system in space?
Also, we've got cybernetics that run on power. You're
Well,
going to EMP that?
why
Please
would
don't
you
break our
Okay.
Wrap
everything.
yourself in tinfoil.
That doesn't work that way, Zero. And you know it.
What makes you think that I would grenade us? Why would you think I would shoot this at us? Why do you think I would use this against us? It's a grenade launcher. It launches you away.
It's still
You
It
can miss.
launches you away.
Miss. You can miss with a regular grenade. You can miss with a bullet. I mean, come on, guys. Stay with me here.
What else are we buying?
I got this.
Oh my god.
Trust me.
I do not.
Armor piercing rounds for my for the rifle too.
Yeah, I don't think there's any need to roll for those. You
I'm going to be looking for some kind of like a defensive or disarming thing that I could carry on me.
I need you to be more specific than that.
Basically,
Looking for an
like
object
if I come
made
across
of matter.
somebody, if I come across some guy, some bad guy, I want to be able to take him down real quick, protect myself long enough to get out, and something like a stun baton I think could do the trick. Yeah.
I mean,
Are
a
you
lot
going
of things-
non-lethal on us?
Wait a second though, but a lot of things would do.
A gun.
Like
Bullets
A gun
do that.
is a good
not have a
choice.
gun? We
Well,
can get you
like
a
I
gun.
have a gun, but guns are loud.
Yeah, this is gonna be a
Okay.
loud situation. We're not.
You
This
want
is not
a-
a stealth op. We're gonna
Well-
we're gonna be shooting guns.
I don't. All right.
I mean, but if you want to prepare a nice speech and be diplomatic, that could help.
Soliloquy.
Yeah, a nice Shakespearean soliloquy to get us out of a gunfight.
Hark! Do not shoot thy weapon at me.
All right. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, like I'm confused because everything is. All weapons are technically defensive mechanisms. So if you want a stun baton, I think you can find one.
Yeah, it's in the exotic weapons table.
That is true.
Huh.
You want me to roll for it?
Give me a second. Yeah.
All right, let's add this in there.
Yeah, roll streetwise.
And like, how does a stun baton work? Like, would I knock someone out?
Yeah, that's the idea. I mean, Cassandra
drop-
has one as well. So.
Drop
Yeah.
them to 1 hit point.
You
Alright.
just electrocute him, basically.
27.
I gotta tell you, it does not end a fight any faster than a regular weapon, if that's your
No.
thinking.
Yeah. A stun baton is more or less like when somebody's almost dead. Instead of just popping them off, you can just stun them and knock them out.
I think what you want is like a flamethrower.
I mean,
flamethrower.
what I want is to be able to like stop someone for a round so I can get away.
Well, are you concerned about people or robots?
No, I'm
You want to
concerned
use like
about
a
me.
microwaver or something?
Yeah, but I have questions about my ability to
For
to
robots,
locate a
for
microwaver.
robots.
I like
No,
this idea.
no.
You do this in person. Zero, you are
Yeah.
asking Cassandra, the tech, the weapons tech of your crew,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
her recommendations are for this. I'm piecing out. I can't help you.
So here's the thing, right? You don't know if you're shooting at metal or meat, right?
Right.
Okay. So, in my experience, if you set something on fire, alive or not, it's not going to function well. So, you may want a flamethrower. However, that's a shoulder arm weapon. How are you with those? Because I've seen you with your little gun. I don't think I've ever seen you with like a big one.
So what is the check to operate a shoulder
You're
arm?
gone.
I'm sorry?
I am best with a handgun, and let's leave it at that.
Yeah, just a one-hand gun,
Yeah.
two-hand job.
I'm confused. Are we talking about penises here?
What just happened? Why did this become
Absolutely.
aggressively Juniper?
What is this? Just double entendre
We're
land?
giving Zero a hard time.
Oh,
Catch up. Lay off the Empire a little bit, and stick with the crew.
Oh my god.
kind of sounds like
So shoulder arms are not my specialty.
All
In
right.
When it comes to ranged weapons, I don't have a specialty.
What the hell is this?
Then, if I were you, I'd stock up on armor and try not to get shot. And make sure you've got plenty of ammo for whatever handgun you're using. And I don't know, how comfortable are you with your cyberware? Are you okay to add something more interesting, or?
I mean, I could look at if I could find a battle glove, I could equip that. A battle glove does not. I believe battle glove does not contribute to humanity loss, does it?
Battle Glove is essentially external cyberware. It's a
Yeah.
cyber fist / arm that you wear outside of your
So
armor.
yeah, so that would be like
You know who
like a
wore two
cyber.
cyber glove? Who wears two battle gloves?
Who's that?
Meat Stick. You guys remember Meat Stick?
Oh,
Just to
yeah.
refresh your memory, Meat Stick
How
from the
could we
bronze.
forget Meat Stick?
No, nobody's gonna forget Meat Stick. Meat Stick wore two cyber battle gloves.
Are
Gotta
are
be
you
honest,
comfortable
I don't
getting
remember meat stick.
close?
He's a goon from the bronze.
Oh, okay. The only goon I remember is Trey. He was my bro.
Trey, yeah, she's out there somewhere still. They say.
Paper
Yeah.
people.
I mean, if I could find a battle glove, I would equip that because that's got like a I could put a shield in a battle glove.
Now, what about a microwaver? That's the equivalent of a heavy pistol. Very heavy pistol.
Very very heavy pistol, so not
Yeah.
concealable.
No, but I don't think we're going to have to worry about being concealable. I don't know how you plan on walking in, but I'm not going to be subtle when I walk in here.
I mean, there's also
be
you
trapped.
can modify these things as well, Cassandra. I mean, so all of these things are like. I mean, I don't think it takes a tremendous amount of time for you to just go through everybody's equipment and upgrade everything if you really want
True.
to. There's a
That
chart
would be
to
cool.
figure out all this stuff.
I have a very heavy pistol. Could you make it collapse like yours?
Yeah, I've done it once before, so I imagine that wouldn't be too hard for me to do.
That would be awesome, Cassandra.
You could make a very heavy pistol collapse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's very talented.
I'm confused.
I've seen her make bombs. They're really cool.
Thank you.
You should make a bomb.
But have you seen them explode?
I'm prepared to.
Usually, whoever sees them explode doesn't go around bragging about it afterwards. You know,
Yeah.
because they exploded. What about a microwaver? Because it works as a very heavy pistol, but it'll disable cyberware.
Yeah, that could be something that would be especially useful for me. I mean, mostly I'm just thinking about protecting myself here.
Well, when it comes to protection, do you believe that the best defense is a good offense, or do you just want to like walk around in the equivalent of like a shell?
Stormtrooper gear.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I could incapacitate someone long enough to get away, that would be optimal. If I cannot, if I can't take him in a fight, I could stop him long enough that I can get out of the situation.
I just want to point out that then that person would recognize you later.
Well,
Isn't it better that they not because they're dead?
Or blind.
Cover your tracks.
well, look. I'm assuming it's a situation where that sort of thing, where it's not practical to kill the person.
It's usually practical.
Maybe for you. That's why I keep you around. But I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I feel like this is the moment the rabbit comes walking in with all her goodies, right? And she's just like, Cass, check this out. And like she pulls out like the underbelly like housing of like the grenade
I feel
launcher.
bad. We never
Nice.
framed where this conversation is happening. Where are you?
I assume that we were at Mr. Friend's place, no?
Probably
Okay.
somebody's apartment.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hang out in my shithole apartment
Yeah, everybody's at Mr.
with my
Friends.
bomb.
We're at Mr. Friends. Yeah, the
I'm
box with
casually
the bomb.
leaning on the bomb as
It's right
this
there
is
in the middle of the
happening.
room. That's perfect. I like that.
Go for it.
And
Yes.
then and this conversation's been going on for about 20 minutes when the rabbit shows up with armloads full of bombs and guns.
Yeah,
Very
just like
excited.
kind of showing like the EMP grenades. Be
Is-
like, oh my god! Like,
is
can you
my-
imagine?
Is
And
my
then, like-
roommate or soon-to-be former roommate still here, or is he like?
No, he moved out.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gone.
he's gone. He's gone.
He's gone.
He left when he said he was leaving.
But yeah, she walks in and starts talking about like all her goodies, like fangirling over like the grenade launcher, and she's like, "Wait, what were you guys talking about?"
What are
Weapons.
you talking about?
We're talking about weapons.
Weapons, armor.
Like, Zero looking to upgrade. Zero would make a great poisoner. I feel like you'd be one of those guys like, here, smell this. You know what I mean? You got that vibe, man.
Smell
You're
this
looking
is
to just-
poison.
I mean, if you're looking to
go around and, like fart on people.
I was gonna say it sounds like me in
I
third
think we're
grade.
losing the thread here, people.
I'm imagining just like the next suggestion is like, yeah. You need an umbrella and a monocle.
Yeah, like what is he, the fucking penguin?
That's like the dude. That's like when I used to work at a warehouse, and the dude would like fart and walk a circle around you, so you'd have to smell it no matter what way you went.
God.
No, I
Man.
feel like a good path for you would be something. You're talking about incapacitating. I mean, I feel like the flash bombs kind of showed out how well those worked for us.
Those require a grenade launcher, though, don't they?
No, you can just
Throw
toss
those-
it.
If you're
you
talking
ta-
about just get yourself
you-
out of it's a flare.
Oh, okay, all right. If you could just toss them, one of those would be ideal.
I mean,
Hardware
you-
wise, all I'm carrying is my gun because I'm going to be busy doing the run. So
Yeah.
I'm going to assume the rest of you all are going to be strapped.
Mm-hmm.
And Zero, might I recommend that as much as your pacifistic heart is speaking out towards sparing lives, bring something which annihilates a human body.
Oh, if you're looking to save them, what about a dart gun? Stay with me here.
I'm with you. You're in my
You just
home.
poke them with a
Okay.
little needle, inject them with some drugs, knock them out cold. Go
you
all
know,
stealthy.
you could get a cyber eye with a dart in it. That's a
Ooh.
thing.
Yeah, let's get one
It's
of
Cyber
those.
eyes
subtle.
are cool. I've got cyber eyes.
Yeah. And just, give them a wink and then murder.
I don't know, the
What's your-
cyber stuff creeps me out.
Yeah, but
Mr.
then-
Friend takes off his glasses and shows you his smiley face eyes. Oh, it
I
creeps you
know
out.
I've seen them, and they're still
Mr.
creepy.
Mr. Blueberry over here. Mr. Blueberry over here is scared of cyberware. Are you serious, man? Look, you can make your eyes yellow. It'd be a nice kind of contrast.
Yeah,
I think your girl
you
will love
know,
that.
jaundiced. That's a
I,
good
va- I
one.
value my humanity very much.
It's overrated.
What
Eh.
about? Well, look, you do whatever
okay.
you feel suits you, man.
No,
Go to space.
look, Greg, the only real upkeep Mr. Friend has to do out of character is he's gonna let his girlfriend know that he's doing a dangerous gig that's taking him to space, and that
Letty.
she doesn't need to know the specifics beyond that.
Okay.
But he's gonna be gone for a bit. And then also, set like a, I don't know, 4 or 5 day long timer for the bomb.
Well, if you're are you
Well,
you're
no,
leaving
I'm
the bomb
taking it
here?
with me. I keep fucking forgetting that.
Yeah, you're
Sorry.
leaving the bomb here, but you're bringing the compute the
I'm
AI.
bringing the computer. Yeah,
Okay, well then I think that you probably just turn the bomb
turn the bomb off. Yeah,
Just leave it off. Just
I
turn
leave it off for now, but it's still there.
You might leave it on proximity, so like if anybody tries to come and
so
take
people
my bomb,
don't
it'll
come
go
into
off.
my home. Yeah, exactly. It's got the tamper and the don't come near it. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
For
fuck
sure.
with this bomb. It'll kill you and a lot of other people that you don't know.
Right? And you don't
Normal
want that
stuff.
on your conscience. I
Normal
don't
human
have
stuff.
one, but you don't want it on your conscience.
Yeah. Is Branton at this meeting?
Sure.
Yeah, I thought I was.
Greg, question for you: Does a flashbang grenade need to be used with a grenade launcher, or can it be thrown?
No, we've been throwing them. You just buy a flashbang
Alright.
grenade.
I mean,
Okay.
look, I don't think Branton wants. I just want to go there. I don't have to get a ton of cyberware because that's
Yeah.
not really my thing.
Yeah.
And
Is Ruth going with
let's
you?
go to space.
Or are you leaving Ruth
What?
here to? Is Ruth staying here to take care of things, or is she going with you?
I didn't know Ruth was that was a option.
She's yours.
I
I mean, there's a
mine.
loyalty role,
she is
but
my love.
she's
gross way to
your
say it.
bodyguard. She works for you.
Yeah,
I mean, she
All
works
right,
for.
yeah.
Actually, she works for the company, but she
let's
is.
bring her along.
Ruth.
Ruth is coming too. That means I gotta
Cool.
pay her too.
Yeah, you got to roll the loyalty. You know.
Rolling loyalty.
If we're bringing Ruth, we got to roll loyalty. Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't remember. Does she look like Mimi from the Drew Carey show?
No, she's an older woman.
I'm thinking
Gray
like
hair. She wears a lot of chunky cardigans because her her grandnephew, I should say, learned a lot of knitting in a rehabilitation program in prison.
Gotcha.
But otherwise, she just looks like a nice old lady. She wears a necklace. She wears usually like some simple pearls and a shirt with a cat on it. I mean, she usually is business attire. She's wearing like a blouse with a chunky cardigan because offices are too cold all the time.
I like it.
She's got wiry hands. She carries some garrote wire.
Like you do.
She also packs a big fucking gun. I can't.
Greg, where would I find loyalty? I'm sorry.
So it's actually on page 153 of the book is where it starts, and we're getting to that right now. So we have loyalty tracked for her, and I'll tell you what it is currently at. You're really, I mean, honestly, I haven't been on you about this, but we're supposed to be maintaining, you're supposed to be trying to find ways to increase her loyalty on a regular basis.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, you're fucked, but it's okay. No, I haven't, okay.
Is she...
And I have her set up, her loyalty is currently at 7. So, actually, that's very good. When a team member works for the exec, they blah, 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 blah. Loyalty save. When a task is given to a team member by the exec, the GM rolls a D6 under the member's loyalty. So it's fine. A 7 means that it's an automatic success. She's going with you.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. And things to do for loyalty.
Yeah, there's a whole chart there. I don't know exactly what... I think that you took pretty good care of her. I mean, like, I wrote that down for a reason. It wasn't for no reason.
Great.
Okay. So, we just lost 0.
Going dark. Be right
Give him
back.
a second.
Oh, I will be right back.
He will.
Okay. That was intentional. I didn't know if your camera crapped out.
It was in the chat. He let the chat know what's up. But
Okay, gotcha.
as I was telling the chat, you're a busy guy running this game, and you can't keep your eye on it.
I do my best. It's in. I have the
it's
chat's
all right,
up
man.
here. You guys are down here, which is why I don't love that. Actually, I'm thinking about that. I don't love the way my eye line has to go down here. I got
You're
a teleprompter
also-
behind me. I think I'm going to move you guys into the teleprompter so I can maintain eye contact with you while I'm going to set that up.
Fair enough.
Probably after this stream. But all right. So we're all packed up. We have a charter. Medusa's got a charter flight with orbital air arranged for you guys. It leaves from a... you take an AV. There's an AV4 leaving from a executive helipad. Actually, it's Symbiote Tech. It's where it's leaving from. Your office is Brenton. That will connect you to the airport, and then from there you will transfer to an orbital air hypersonic chartered flight.
Awesome.
Very nice.
This is very cool.
From there, you will go. You guys will achieve escape velocity, and fly to. You will fly to. What do you call it? The place, the Crystal Palace. Thank you, for fuck's sake, Greg. Okay, so and we're leaving now. You guys are on your way in that white car through town. You're leaving from Mr. Friend's place, and you're cruising through fairly rough parts of town.
Yes, because I live in South Steel territory. I live in a really rough neighborhood.
Yeah. You're just outside of South Steel territory when I'm going to ask everybody to make a roll on...
Perception?
Yeah, perception.
As soon as we get in the car, I'm gonna kick on my my mods.
Sure.
And just give myself a +1 to that skill.
And
Perception?
Awareness skills, which perception is one of them.
And also, I didn't do my shopping before we left. Can we just
so
retcon
sorry.
that I bought a flamethrower?
Well, we're going to have to roll for that. Flamethrower. I mean, that's a big thing.
I know, but I'm
also going to assume that you guys are equipped with, like, you're moving this stuff in cases, like regular luggage that can be checked and stuff like that. Like, as I said, all expenses, like everything that you needed was provided. So
It is pink, Hello Kitty style gun case. Yes.
yes, that's actually great. There's a brand called Hello Cutie in the world
Cutie.
that makes essentially that, like guns that are the Hello Cutie guns. There's a picture of one in the book. So I'm sorry, you were rolling for a flamethrower. Can you roll streetwise?
all right.
I got a
I
22.
hope I found it. 12.
That may not be enough to locate a flamethrower, to be perfectly honest. I have to check.
All right. No flamethrower this time, but I'm going to keep shopping for that every time.
I'm checking right now.
I feel like you can make one, can't you?
I probably could, but
Actually, I think flamethrowers. Well, wait a second.
yeah,
Those-
it's considered an exotic weapon.
It's not exotic ammo.
It's an exotic shotgun.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because it just basically, it's
Basically, it's a special shotgun that's been modified so that it only fires incendiary shotgun shells.
Interesting.
But when the targets catch on fire, until they spend an action to put themselves out, they keep taking 4 damage directly to their HP at the end of their
really
turns.
weird. That's a very weird way to handle a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Right. It's not like a traditional like flamethrower like in our timeline. It's more like it shoots flame.
There's
at
stuff called
someone.
Dragon's Breath ammunition that you can load into a shotgun. That's basically what it is. It's a shotgun shell that turns your shotgun into a flamethrower. You pull the trigger and this gout of flame comes out. But it's not the same thing as spraying liquid burning petroleum all over somebody's face.
Right.
But whatever, that's fine. It's a burst of fire in a small contained area. But you didn't find one.
Right.
Unfortunately. So sorry.
Womp womp. Okay.
So can everybody now please roll perception?
I already did.
22.
I got a 16.
21.
25.
14.
0. You
Yo.
as you guys are rolling through the rundown ruins of wayward portions of Night City, row houses moldering on the sides of the street, barricades, makeshift structures, jungle fires, abandoned buildings, burning cars. I mean, like, it's a continual war zone through here on your way to the flight. You catch several somethings in a third-story window, blown out. A couple of people, like, in shabby-looking red jackets. And I need to look up something very quickly. Under Brenton. And briefly, you have just enough time to alert alert Medusa, who's driving, to look out as a grenade comes flying from the window and would have rolled under the front of the car. It detonates relatively harmlessly off to the side of the car. The car, Medusa, initially stutters to a stop, and then as a hail of bullets opens up from the sides of this canyon, she drops the hammer down and tries to speed away, but loses control of the vehicle and slides sideways into a burning parked car. And now there are bullets. There's a bunch of fire, and then it stops. And then you hear, Brenton!
Oh, shit.
And you recognize that voice. It's Ryan Moore.
Ah,
This fucker.
Man,
And
who's this?
he comes crawling up ahead. A barricade is being pushed into the street of destroyed cars. And Ryan Moore, a man you recognize as Ryan Moore, he comes up. He's wearing a red, like, velour coat, like this shabby, almost robe. It's just, like, greasy and gross, and it has, like, this this matted kind of fur collar, and it's, like, open down to his belly button. And you haven't seen Ryan in a while. He's grown his hair very long. He has just, like, really let himself go. He has this very long white hair. He's wearing some weird trinkets around his neck. He's definitely been cybering up, and has, as you recall, he kind of had fallen in with some booster gang. And they're now emerging from everywhere, and they are all wearing, as you realize now, Santa suits. They are all wearing
Get the fuck
disgusting, shabby Santa suits.
Oh my god. It's the Salvation Army Santa mob.
seriously. A bunch of gutter Santas.
Worst SantaCon ever.
Santa Con. This is Santa Con. Thank you. KAHN. And
Oh my god!
This is so good.
Oh my god! Greg, that's the best thing you've come up with.
Branton, we meet again, old friend. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
And at that, we will be rolling initiative at the beginning of our next session because we are at 12:50 and it's over.
Oh my god!
A cliffhanger! Oh boy!
Wow.
Good session.
Dude, gutter Santas. This is wild.
Yeah, sorry if I yelled there on the mic there, but I'm allowed.
I was describing Ricardo Montalban. I don't know. I could see
No,
Ari's
we all got
eyes turning. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
we got it.
Okay,
We
good.
all
Fuck
got
you.
it.
Fuck you.
We all got it.
I've actually never seen the original Wrath of Khan, so
Oh my god, fix that. It's like the best original Trek movie.
It is
Yeah,
amazing.
especially with the ear.
Ooh,
Yes,
worm.
that shit with Chekhov is so fucking creepy.
I know.
I saw the new one, which was with
It's shitty. That
Sherlock
was so-
Holmes.
No,
I was
that
so
one was
mad
really
in the
bad.
theater.
It was really Star Trek Into Darkness shit on Wrath of Khan.
And like it didn't make sense because like they were
wouldn't.
getting along, like they were trying to like they were like, yeah, we'll help you, and then he's like, but I'm evil, so no.
My biggest yeah, I agree with that his motivations didn't make a ton of sense. I also think that my biggest problem with that movie and other movies as well is when the third act comes down to, no, but I can hit you harder, which is basically how Spock saved the day by being better at punching, if I recall correctly. Like, I really like the original Wrath of Khan because it really was like I mean, it was not the greatest battle of wits, but it was a battle of wits. Like, ultimately.
But it also had emotional stakes. Like, it was good. It had pathos to it. Like, the new one didn't. That Khan didn't have a history with Kirk. The Khan of Wrath of Khan was stranded on a planet for 30 fucking years because Kirk decided to do that in the original series.
Yeah.
So he was super pissed.
Oh, it's on Amazon Prime, so maybe I can get it.
You need to fix
watch
that.
that
That's a major gap in your
Should
nerd
we do a
knowledge,
watch
man.
party right now?
No, my girlfriend will kill me.
Maybe later.
Well, maybe your girlfriend will kill you. I was going over that. All right, guys. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching our Cyberpunk RED session this week. We will be back next week with more high-tech, low-life, and maybe some original art. We're working on that. I commissioned some art. She's an amazing artist. Her name is Heather Vaughn. I can't
She
wait.
did Kids on Bikes. She's
I
freaking
can't
awesome.
Wait to get her. I shouldn't say much because I feel like it'd be much better to make it a surprise, but I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm
about
very
it.
excited. She's very talented.
And so we'll be back this time next week, Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna do the plugs. Liz is a lawyer. We can't tell you where. Zero. Anthony is a person. I can't tell you that either. But Mr. Friend is.
I'm an internet personality. I Twitch stream
Yes, you
and I
are.
write
You
for
are a-
CBR.
Mr. Friend is. I'm sorry. Ari David is my good friend. He is streaming at the amazing Ari. I hope that the links have been running every 10 minutes or so.
They
yeah,
have
they just
been. They've been
Good.
working too. They've been working too.
Good.
And you can find me on every social media platform at The Amazing Ari. I'm there.
That's right. The amazing Ari. He has great unification. I don't have that, actually. And, of course, you know what those links don't include? I got to update that. I'm so sorry, John. Is Hungry Fox Minis. Hungry Fox Minis.
Yes.
Is it .com or are you exclusively on
Follow me
Instagram?
on Instagram. Yeah.
On the Instas.
Hungry Fox Minis and Instagram. You can hit the .com too. I'm there too.
Oh, you are?
Yep. All
.cgb.net.
.cgb.net. Yeah, 3D printed terrain for all your tabletop needs. Hit me up.
There you
Yeah.
go. Just the 3D
Do
printed
it.
terrains. They're
Yes.
good things. And we have Ari Rubin, who is a voice actor extraordinaire. And also now a streamer. He streams from that box of pain that you see him in. That's a sound booth, guys. I think
it's good.
Kidding.
A box of pain.
That's a good look.
Whoa, look at that!
Oh my god, and it's a raid hall.
It's got a remote and everything.
Yeah.
And he's at Rubin on Rye.
Check me out.
Him on
And tomorrow night, we
Yeah.
are going to be going live at 10 p.m. Eastern,
Okay.
7 p.m. Pacific.
Don't you wish it was Western? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't make as much
It
sense.
doesn't
but
make a lick of sense. It goes Eastern, Central, Pacific.
Well, you should
It's
know
a
that
very
there's
strange. It's a very strange, sometimes interesting show. I've only done it one time before, but we're doing a full recap of last week's show.
Yeah,
so
we're just
don't
going to
worry.
completely redo exactly what we did.
Ari, David, the amazing
make sure he
Ari
does,
is
Dave.
joining me. Hopefully, How to Drinks Greg is also going to be there too. So
I
please
honestly have to
join
check
us.
my schedule. I think I might have a prior commitment. I'll let
You
know
might be too
after.
big
All right, so
I think I'm supposed to be on a podcast or something tomorrow night, but I have to check.
Guys, I just want to say I saw the last episode of I don't know what you call your show, but I'm gonna call it the Ari Rubin show. I must have missed that part, but there was some like avant-garde genius in there.
oh, thanks.
Do we have a name for the show yet, Ruben?
Oh, I thought it was Alone with Ari.
Alone with Ari. I like that.
There was some performance art there, man. There was some serious stuff. The bit where you were yelling at your hair to grow out of your own head.
Don't give it away. Don't ruin
That
the
was
show.
just go watch it. It's good. It's
I
good.
erased it by accident, so we're gonna have to.
You erased
do a
it?
recap.
It's gone?
I don't know how to find it. Yeah.
So Ari, everybody wants you to remind you to make a VOD of your stream, and I'm gonna say yes. And don't worry, guys, I'm gonna help him to fix that, make sure it is saving these times. Also, one thing I wanted to drop again as well is that we're using collections now on this channel. So like this will immediately go into the collection that I just dropped a link for, which is a terrible URL, but whatever. That's how Twitch, you need help. I mean, seriously, Twitch, like you make it very hard to brand things. It's just you're a mess. Well, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, that is the collection for the Cyberpunk RED VODs. They'll live there for, I think, 60 or 90 days, and then they eventually make their way over to HTD too. Guys, thank you all so very much for joining us. We're going to call it a night here. I think next week is going to be an eventful session.
Yeah. There's going to be explosions.
Excited.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
John
And,
didn't get his plug. Sorry.
The what?
John didn't get his plug.
What plug? I did.
He plugged his
Oh,
stuff.
just kidding. Sorry.
I'll take another one.
Hungry,
Fox Minis. Do it.
Your Fox
hungry.
Do
Minis
it on
Fox.
Instagram.
for all your 3D printed terrain needs.
But don't go to Hungary Fox Minis. 'Cause that's a
Hungary.
whole,
That is-
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
I
That's
mean,
you
that's
don't
a
want to
different
go
thing.
there.
Fox that likes to eat things because it's
And
hungry.
it's in Hungary. It's
You
a
got a lot,
Hungarian.
I think I've asked you this before. You got a lot of
Hungarian
foxes
fox.
over by your place?
Dude, there's one in our yard. Apparently, it's
Still loud as hell, right?
yeah.
Is it hungry?
I haven't heard it yet, but I mean, I have a little white dog that looks like a really plump rabbit, so now I gotta like follow him out there when he goes out at night.
Yeah, man. I got
You
these
don't think
foxes.
your dog could take a fox?
No, dude, he's like a little white sauce.
I see that Hungry Fox
might-
Mini is like Minnie Mouse.
Might,
No, it's
yeah.
a fox roasting a hot dog. Stay with me.
Yeah. I don't know. Foxes are dangerous, man. I don't know.
When our
They're cool.
when our little one was 2 years old, he very logically assumed that the existence of a minivan meant that there were also Mickey vans.
Brilliant.
Makes
It's
sense.
a brilliant child.
Sense.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back next week at 9 p.m. Eastern to play more Cyberpunk RED. And actually, I guess Cyberpunk 2077 comes out like in the next few minutes or something, or tomorrow.
Tomorrow. It comes out tomorrow, the 10th.
So I may give that a shot. I don't know. We'll see. I may be busy. But thank you all so much for watching. And good night, Gracie. Say it.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.